Advantech, co-creating the future of the IoT world. The Internet of Things is changing the world. New technologies will be invented. New platforms will be transformed. New solutions will be integrated. And new industry sectors will be formed. We will have smarter solutions in Industry 4.0, intelligent retail and logistics, transportation infrastructure, energy and environment, intelligent healthcare systems, and smart cities. Our imagination is the only limit to the Internet of Things. The world will be smarter and better. There are unprecedented challenges ahead of us. Challenge of connectivity, information processing, technology standardization, and the complexity across different industry sectors. The challenge of the inevitable fragmentation is holding back the evolution of the Internet of Things.
Welcome to 2020 Advantech Service-IoT Worldwide Partner Conference in Taipei. I'm Kelly Lai from Headquarters Channels team.
Hi, and I'm Thomas Habedang from Advantech Europe, and we are very excited to have you. Together with Kelly, we are going to guide you through this amazing WPC we have prepared for you. And I have to say, I think this is one of the most elaborate we have done so far. If we think about it, we have over 500 people watching us online now as well.
Wow, that's amazing. I think we all know in IoT era, new technology is changing the world. And at Advantech, we believe co-creation is the key to build a better future. So that's what we are gathering here. So for all my beloved customers here, for these 2 days agenda, Wi-Fi access, shuttle bus information, Q&A portal, you can scan the QR code on the back of your badge to get the most updated info.
Thank you, Kelly. Exactly. But now let's just dive in and have a look what we are going to look at today. So at the moment, we are having the opening remark. That's us with Kelly. And just in a few seconds, we will dive into the partnering from edge to cloud solutions for Service-IoT with MC. So I'm already excited to hear what you have to say and share with us. Right after that, we will have the vision keynote with Casey, and that's going to be probably one of the most interesting ones, where we will see how we're going to co-create the future of IoT together. Right after that, we go to unlocking the business value, getting most out of IoT with one of our biggest partners, Intel. And right after that, we will dig deeper into a panel discussion about digital transformation and Service-IoT Solution 2.0. Then we will have a short break, and this will be followed by 2 panel discussions from our focus industries, ICT services and healthcare. After that, we will keep this fantastic memory of today with a great group photo outside at the entrance. I will give you more information on exactly how we're going to do this logistically in a moment when it's the time. And after that, we will be able to have a fantastic lunch break together and just enjoy the company of this international company.
Okay, to begin with, let's welcome Mr. MC Zhang, VP of Advantech Service-IoT.
So, dear partners and Advantech Global Service-IoT team members, good morning. Okay, this is MC Zhang, and today I would like to share with you how Advantech is going to partnering with you from the edge to cloud solutions. Okay, start from the market, look into the market. New technologies is really shaping our business. In healthcare, AI, robotic surgicals, and remote telehealth is well adopted in hospital already. In ICTs, camera is everywhere, and then empowered by AI, those video analytics technologies is coming up, And also, you can see a lot of self-service kiosks everywhere. Okay, in logistics, empowered by the e-commerce, on-time delivery becomes so important. So fleet management, cold chain, driving safety are all in. So there are more and more new technologies coming. So new technology bring the new challenges and also new opportunities. So we shall embrace those new technologies and then pursue for those new challenges, new opportunities, sorry. Okay, so today I have 3 main themes to share with all of you. The first one, to give you a full picture of Advantech ARP hardware roadmap. Okay, the second one is about Advantech real-time device management software. It's called Device On. And the third one is about the software. We start from the edge SRP to industrial APP to vertical solutions, and also our new business model, DFSI franchise. Okay, let me start from the first one. Okay. In iHealthcare, involved from the medical HMI, okay, it's well known our POC products, but we go deep to the hospital and healthcare IT. So nowadays we have more and more products, start from the OS applications. We have the HMI, medical HMI, we have medical display, and also the video streaming solutions, AVAS. So that aim for operation room applications. And then in nursing care, quality nursing care, we have nursing cart, handheld devices, tablet, and also the HIT for the bedside solutions, and then integrate into one solutions for the quality nursing care. And also, if you look into this one, okay, this is medical dispensations. Okay, we have the medical dispensing solutions, and then together with the nursing care, together go for CLMA. And how about AI? Here are our POCs, our HMIs, and also our medical bus computers. So we are aiming to AI applications empowered by Intel Movidius and also NVIDIA's AI engines. So those are the products that we serve the medical equipment builders, healthcare SIs, and also the hospitals. So this is for healthcare. The next one, intelligent city services. If you notice, we changed the name from iRetail to intelligent city services because all the products that can go to everywhere. Hospitality is everywhere, not only in retail. So start from the box PC. So box PC for digital signage, for IoT gateway in the city, and also for the store computers. So this is box PC. Tablet for the mobile POS, for the table ordering system that is booming in Japan and also US. Okay. Then we got Avado families for the POS, together with our UTC series, 1 series, 3 series, and 5 series, all together. So those all in one go to different kind of applications inside the city. Okay. Retail, airports, museums, everywhere. Okay. And then let me share with you one trend. Okay. Supported by those e-payment, by mobile payment, you can see there are more and more self-service terminals coming up, no matter for the self-ordering in those QSR, and then self-checkout in hypermarket, and a lot of sales terminals happen in our city. So Advantech also focus on this part. You can see we have live versions with battery, and then we have different kind of kiosks, even go to outdoor, the full ruggedized ones. Okay, so those are for the ICTs. The next, connect to the ICT services. Logistics is also important. So we got a well-known VMT, really ruggedized VMT from our German teams. Okay, the VMT, and also our track for the fleet management. So with these two foundations, now we are moving from vehicle mount computers to first one, the ADAS for the driving safety. The second one is about asset management in the whole logistics journeys. Okay, we have the UWB RTLS solutions. We have the GPS tracking sensors. Together with the gateway, come up as edge SRPs. The third one is about the environmental monitoring in warehouse. So we got different kind of sensors. Those are all wireless. Wireless sensor together with our gateway and also provide the software as a SRPs. Okay, the last one is about the tablet we got a tablet, we got a barcode rings, so that can improve the workforce efficiencies. So this is for logistics. Okay, the next one, the mobile, industrial mobile. This is a billions business, okay, and it's growing rapidly everywhere. So everything will be moved on, like what you have mobile phone now. Okay, this will be happen in industrial fields. So from 10 years ago, we got a PWS series. So this is a fully ruggedized, full functions industrial tablet. On top of that, we now have this one, MIT, for the medical applications, and also adding the AIM products. Okay, so with the engine, now we have the Intel engines. Now we have Rockchip engines, and then Qualcomm is coming. Okay, this is a market I promise that Advantech will continue invest. And then in our next generation is coming out very soon, and then the Enjoy and GMS will be ready in next generation. Okay, so those are our software offerings in Service-IoTs. Well, by times in IoT applications, billion of edge computers and devices will be implements in the field. So how to monitor those computers, those devices become a big topics. So today, I'm really excited and also so proud to introduce you Advantech WisePass Device On. This is the in-house software developed by ourselves. So that provides those functions, real-time monitoring, remote control and remote updates, and also the troubleshootings, and together with the securities. So that means you got your mobile phone, you got your tablet, and then you can monitoring all the devices you deploy everywhere in the world. Okay, so those is in-house softwares, and then that will help you a lot. So this is for Windows and Linux. But now, Android devices is coming in industrial application rapidly. So there are more and more Android devices in. So with Android, we also have a similar software. It's called Android DM. It's also in-house. Okay, so with all the similar functions with our device on, but add on the first one, we got a app store. The second one, we got a app security. Security is always a big issue in Android applications. Okay, and then the third one, we also provide the zero touch to cloud. So this is for Android devices management. But I know you will ask me, hey, this is not enough. In the real applications, in customer side, they got a computer from Advantech, they got a computer from someone else. They got different accessories, they got different peripherals. Customer will ask, hey, I need a unified management tool instead of only looking at Advantech devices. We knew that, and we have solutions. Here comes device on apps. Okay, let me share with you the architect. We got a device on, we got an Android DM, so Advantech hardware is already management. But for the peripheral, for example, the barcode reader in warehouse management. Okay, the barcode reader, again, thermal printer, cash drawers in the store. Okay, so those peripheral and devices of accessory can be integrated by HX APIs, so put in our device on management platforms. So those are for accessory and peripherals. But how about third-party platforms? Customer may say, hey, I got a Dell laptop over there, I got a PC over there, but I need these devices also get in your management tool platforms. Yes, we do that. So we got a device on agents that can pull in third-party hardware in, and also even the software by RESTful API. So with the hardware, Advantech hardware, third-party hardware, all the peripherals, accessories in the field, and also the software that combine together become a device on app. So we will have the device on app for different verticals, for healthcare, for logistics, for kiosk, for retails. So this is our device on. Also provide an intuitive UI together with analytic tools. Okay, so this is my second topic about the device arm. I do believe this is the solutions that you are looking for. Okay, next, let me move to our software. Beside the hardware, actually, you know, Advantech have devoted on those vertical software development for a decade already. So here you can see those are the mature software in healthcare. So let me explain to you what is called Edge SRP. SRP stands for Solution Ready Package. So that means it's a hardware software integrate. And why we call it Edge? Because with this software hardware integrate, it provides the software and with the dashboards so that you can implement this Edge SRP independently. And also we provide the SDK and API. That means you can integrate these solutions, this SRP, into a big architect. For example, in hospital, those intelligent word RTLS can be integrated into the HIS systems. Okay, so in healthcare, intelligent word and queuing and check-in solutions are purely mature software that is widely adopted in our home market. Okay, and coming with the RTLS solutions. Now this one is getting popular in the hospital for the assay management and also the patient management. And then the next one is about the medication dispensing solutions for the CLMA operations. Okay, there are more is coming up. We are now working on the hospital command center and also the operational management solution as well. So this is for the iHealthcare. And in ICT and iLogistics, those are well-known software. We got a digital synergy solution. By video analytics technology, now we got a people counting heat map. Okay, and also the e-paper, call chain management, and facial recognitions. Those are mature hardware, mature SRPs that is ready for the market and already in the market already. Okay, so here are the Edge SRPs, but furthermore, we do believe in the near future, most of the softwares must be with cloud-based services. I think all of you agree with that, but how to do that? Okay, so here comes industrial APP. So all the Edge SRP I mentioned should be decoupled into industrial APP, so enabled by Advantech WisePass platforms. So we decouple all the Edge SRPs into different kind of industrial APPs. Okay, here you can see those are industrial APPs here, and those industrial APPs can be taken and then refactory and integrate into vertical solutions. Okay, for example, the face recognition can be in ICT, can be in healthcare, and then the SIs can pull in those industrial APP and integrate together. Okay, so furthermore, let me give you an example. This is a train store management solutions. It's called StoreView. So how we have those industrial APP and refactoring into vertical solutions. Here you see we got a people counting, we got a synergy CMS, we got a facial recognition. So those industrial APP is taken and then combined with the POS software so that we provide a real-time KPI monitoring APP. So we provide a video remote management APPs and also the headquarter dashboards. So you have your mobile phone, you can real-time look into your store and then check all the KPIs, what is happening in your store. Okay, so this is examples about our refactoring into vertical solutions. So you can experience this solution in our T-bar, okay, to see how it works. Okay, so those are from the industrial APP, Edge SRP to industrial APP to vertical solutions. Okay, so next, I would like to share with you, we have those solutions, but we still need partners to realize the last mile about the system integrations and also the implementations. So we got a new business model I would like to share with you. It's called DFSI franchise. Okay. In order to accelerate this business to the last mile, we plan to set up 2 flagship SI companies, one in Taiwan and one in China. Okay. The purpose of setting this is that we will get in IoT phase 3 business, and then to find out the role models of the SI business. And then we will transfer the role models to those SI, DFSI franchise partners by minus AV globally. And we will start from Asia. But if you are really interested, please raise your hand, no matter where you are from. So this will be the new models, new business model. That's we try to speed up and accelerate the realize of IoT business. Okay. So let me do a recap. So the 49 state-of-the-art hardware solutions from Advantech in healthcare, in ICT services, in logistics, and also in mobile computers. Okay, the second one is the powerful tools, the software device management software, device on, Android DM, and also the device on apps. The third one is the HSRP, industrial app, vertical solutions, and also DFSI franchise. So those are, we are going to co-create with all of you globally, okay? So lastly, I would like to share you a surprise news, okay? In year of 2013, Advantech met 1 billion revenues in our 30 years anniversary, okay? 6 years passed. So this year, we are going to challenge our 2 billion goals. Okay, so based on our last year revenues, that we will be need 15% growth. It's challenging, but achievable. Okay, so in order to encourage all of our employees and all of our partners to challenge these 2 billion goals, so KC proposed a deep programs. It's called US 2 billion deep challenge programs. So KC will propose 5 million budget to award and celebrate if we achieve this target in this year. Okay? So this program is not only for employee, for Advantech employee, but also to all of you. So we would like to invite you to join this program together. Okay, but how to do that? Easy. to challenge us in this program, okay? So you just need to fill out one OKR challenge, a deep challenge OKRs with your target, and then your key actions and key results. Okay, so you will become a challengers in these programs. Okay, so together, let's co-creating the future of the IoT world and win the team cruise trips. Thanks.
Thank you, MC, for sharing the insight with us. Are you excited? Yes. Louder, I cannot hear. Are you excited? Yes. Good. All right. So now I would like to invite our CEO, Casey Liu, to address the vision and direction for co-creation.
Welcome, Casey.
Dear partners and colleagues, good morning. In the next 20 minutes, I wish to share with you how Advantech will realize the mission of co-creating the future of the IoT world in 2020 and beyond. Let's look at the overall value chain of industrial AIoT and also the market share. The traditional hardware of embedded computing, edge device, and sensors, that is a traditional hardware business. It takes 25% of the overall AIoT market. Then, communication device, including wired, wireless, cellular, and the switch, that take another 10%. Then the common software platform that includes ICE path, that means Advantech white path, and the common industrial app software that occupy additional 10%. Okay, and the rest and is the biggest portion of the all AIoT business is belong to domain solution and domain apps. So this is a portfolio of AIoT business in the future. Okay, in Advantech, we call edge hardware plus communication, the 25% plus 10%, we call it phase one business. That is Advantech's traditional business. Then the software part, the white part, and the industrial APP part, we call it phase two business. Okay? Then come to the 55%, the solution part. This part, Advantech will co-create together with domain-focused SIs. So this is phase one, phase two, phase three definition, and our strategy. Talking about the phase two and phase three business, they are still at beginning stage. There are several steps of obstacles and the breakthroughs to be overcome. Today, we are here. We already created the white path software platform that is stage 1.0, and we need to So we need to overcome the obstacle of decoupling, software decoupling, to come to 2.0. We already start, and I think we can complete this decoupling, I think, in this year. Next breakthrough will be the cross-platform sharing, the stage 3. Means ABP can be cross-shared between different platforms. That is stage 3. After that, we can enable the real big growth of we call explosive domain innovation, the stage 4. We believe that it will take roughly 3 to 5 years to reach the stage of 4.0. By then, we can enjoy the booming AIoT business. I wish to explain the key concept of software decoupling. This is a really important concept for everybody to fully understand. Let's explain with the scenario of Apple mobile phone. When Steve Jobs invented Apple smartphone 12 years ago, the key difference between Apple smartphone from the previous Nokia feature phone was Apple smartphone did decouple the software apps from platform. With the decoupling, everyone can create apps for smartphone, and all the apps can be downloaded and integrated by user easily. That's what we call decoupling. This APP decoupling, this model created by the Apple model, it create a big revolution and change the world. So in the industrial world, the similar thing happened. the decoupling also happened. But right now, in industrial world, this decoupling happens only in a single vendor, single site application. I want to give an example. A company called Komatsu. Komatsu is a good customer of Advantech. They are a big construction machine maker. They provide in-vehicle computer plus SaaS software to help their customer do a construction job easier and better. So Komatsu, with the in-house development and a single vendor integration, they complete the software decoupling. In Advantech white space, in this case, our new marketplace 2.0 can decouple industrial app and the edge SRPs from platform and solution. I believe this decoupling will bring big breakthrough to the AIoT market. I will explain how it works later. This is a new landing page of WisePass Marketplace 2.0. If you select an industrial domain here from the menu, you will come to a domain-focused apps list, like here. For easy selection, just like the App Store of your mobile phone. It includes WisePass common apps, industrial apps, and the domain apps. Those apps may come from Advantech in-house development or third-party developers and the domain integrators. WisePass Marketplace 2.0 is an open market for the whole AIoT ecosystem. Through the WisePass Marketplace 2.0, all iApp developers can sell their iApp products to the worldwide market through the ecosystem of domain-focused SIs, DFSI, and the value-added resellers. It becomes an open marketplace to enable the digital transformation of various industrial domains. This is the map of overall industrial app portfolio. You can see from the bottom, you can see the Edge SRP, then common apps, and the industrial apps, and the domain-focused app. For vertical domain apps, different color icons represent the different domains. For example, intelligent factory, energy and environment, ICT service and iRetail, and iHospital. Advantech will grow this app in marketplace from today. Roughly, we have a 60 app. In 5 years later, we foresee about 1,000. Another key contribution of WisePass will be the cloud-based, data-driven digital transformation. To advance digital transformation, it is a must to move from the traditional internal process-driven, step-by-step IT function silos. That is traditional. It's a step-by-step silos. The new style to move is cloud-based, data-driven, AIoT microservice solutions. Advantech WisePass can enable this change. This is an iHospital system example. With the decoupled and the data-driven structure of WISE-PaaS. Worldwide domain-focused solution integrators, DFSIs, can easily put together an IoT solution with big value for customer. You can see the structure is from edge to the cloud structure and connect to all the existing IT infrastructure, and then all the APP, industrial APP, and application will line up. This is the AIoT future we wish to enable together with our partners. Okay, at the beginning of my presentation, I did explain the definition of AIoT phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. Phase 1 is hardware device and computing, our traditional business. Phase 2 represents software platforms and common industrial apps. Now, I would like to describe Service-IoT's new phase 3 plan. Domain-focused SI, DFSI, co-creation, and franchise. Okay, AIS stands for Advantech Intelligent Service. AIS franchise is the business model we want to create it, and the AIS franchise includes smart city service and smart healthcare. In Service-IoT group, our two solution BUs, iHealthcare and iCity Service, will prepare their domain-focused industrial apps for partner SIs, easy selection and easy integration. Okay, iApp will be integrated hardware plus software, or just software module. Okay, in this year, we will actively implement those iApp to enable this model. In order to speed up the progress of phase 3 business, I would like to present the AIS franchise idea, which we will actively implement this year. AIS, Advantech Intelligent Service, is a new solution subsidiary company which Advantech will invest to pioneer the iApp-based, domain-focused phase 3 SI model. We will bring up the flagship model in Taiwan and China. With the flagship, we wish to roll out this model to worldwide countries through DFSI partner franchise co-creation or even minor joint venture. Please note that AIS franchise model will be very different from traditional project-based SIs. It will be IAPP, AIoT, and cloud-based business model. We believe that this plan will bring big success to our partners and Advantech. In the coming decade, next 10 years, we will face to the huge opportunity created by the new technology of IoT, AI, and 5G. Advantech is prepared for the growth. In the following, I will highlight some snapshot of new products which will be available to contribute to our growth. First, the AI hardware and software platform, including a series of AI modules and box computers with technology provided by Intel, Movidas, and OpenZeno, NVIDIA GPU, and Xilinx FPGA. Advantech WisePath AFS is the AI framework service software app, which will help customers integrate AI applications with reduced efforts. We will announce the new series AIW, stand for Advantech Industrial Wireless, to cover the next generation industrial wireless modules for IoT applications, from Bluetooth 5.1 to LoRa, NB-IoT, and of course, 5G LTE. AIM series industrial mobile tablet have already shown successful results in 2019. The modular and application-oriented expansion features are really powerful selling points. In 2020, we plan to introduce the new model AIM 66 with Qualcomm 660 chip and the newest Android 10 operating system. UTK 615 is a compact but a full function self-service kiosk. It will be cost effective and really easy to use for retail, restaurant, and many other public service applications. You can see the sample unit working outside. Smart city service will be a big future market. URI 700 is the iStation for smart campus with flexible and modular design. You will see the prototype of URI 700 working outside of this building. You may take a look during lunchtime. At the end of my presentation, I wish to highlight the key milestone Advantech has completed in the past decades, and the new milestone we plan to accomplish in the coming new decade. In 2013, we reached $1 billion global revenue. 7 years later, we will challenge $2 billion in 2020. In 2018, company kick off AIoT Phase 2 business. In 2020, we released Marketplace 2.0 for decoupled IAP and HSRP. That will allow us to grow Phase 3 business by co-creation, franchise, joint venture with worldwide SIs. Starting 2020, we also initiated the GIRC, stand for Globally Integrated Regional Competency. This is a new globalization model we will implement in all major regions. That's another stage of 10-year advanced globalization plan. Okay, so I hope this chart describes what will happen in Advantech in the next 10 years. So Thank you. This is the end of my presentation. Thanks for listening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, KC. I think everyone here in this room will agree that this is a fantastic and amazing vision that we have, and I think there's a lot of potential here that we can all together use to co-create. And talking about co-creation, one of our biggest partners, Intel, will tell us more how we can get most out of the future of IoT. So I would like to welcome Wei Huang Oania from the Internet of Things groups from the Intel Corporation.
Good morning, everyone. So my name is Wei Oania. I am from Intel, Internet of Things Group. I am very happy today to share the stage with our great partner and friend to tell you a little bit of how a technology company like Intel have unlocked business values. But before I start, let me share a little video clips with you.
Technology. It's completely transforming how we shop, how we bank, how we travel, and how we learn. As you see, something magical happens when you introduce the right technology in the right places. Analytics within those devices, at the edge and in the cloud, intelligently sense and deliver the information we need when we need it, in more dynamic and visual ways. Smart, connected Intel technology-based devices can enhance experiences, making them more immersive, more fun, and more memorable. And they can help the companies and institutions that serve us operate more efficiently and sustainably. It's not just about the devices we see and interact with. These exciting new opportunities require a secure end-to-end infrastructure that can consolidate critical tasks more cost-effectively on fewer devices. They need the ability to store.
Maybe when I compressed the file, it didn't, but I think we get the gist of it. So every time I have a chance to show a video like this, I get a little inspired. Inspired of Intel from a silicon company to platform company, now to a data-centric company. We are solving real business problem now. We are providing smart fabrics to companies like Advantech, like all of you, to be able to change the way we study, the way we live, the way we work. I think MC just reminded me the smartphone. I carry an iPhone myself. That little device is becoming my best friend. It helps me both professionally, personally, and also a window to the outside world. But can you imagine that little device? It's younger than my 12-year-old son. When Intel first released our Centrino chip, maybe some of you will know, we had a Wi-Fi inside. A lot of people question us, why do you have that? Who's going to need that? Can you imagine today, at your home, at coffee shops, even on an airplane, if the Wi-Fi doesn't work, how pissed would you be? So technology has changed our life. So we have to look at it differently. But we all talked about that. So what are some of the forces actually changes this? So I want to share a few of them here with you today. I know a lot of these are intuitive, but I don't want us to consider why these things are, but just how should we take them? How do we think about them to change our design, to change our solutions? So let's take a look at a few of them. Driven by digital natives, demographically different. I think everybody knows millennial. We talked about it in almost all keynotes, all technology innovation places. But the key things to understand is the millennial now is in decision power now in the workforce. So they control over 2 trillion spending. But they grew up digitally native. They didn't grow up with Blackboard. They grew up with digital content. How do we target them? Then thinking about demographically different. This is something that I learned, very interesting to me. Think about women. We control 10 times of that spending power the millennial does, over 25 trillion. Think about that. That's a GDP of China and India combined. That's huge. But have we ever think about solution or design that fit women's perspective? Now let's thinking about next couple of things. Forces pushing towards the edge, influenced most by internet. I think whenever I think about this, I think about Amazon. It's not I like to shop with Amazon. It's how I found Amazon have developed a relationship with my husband. As I mentioned before, right, woman controls the spending power. I didn't count on him to help me spend that as well for my household. But somehow, Amazon have figured out how to sell or how to advertise to my husband really well. I often drive home. First thing I see is those boxes outside my door. I don't understand. Why is Christmas for him every day? But they have figured him out. He's never going shopping for as many years as I have met him. But since the introduction of Amazon, they have changed the person that doesn't like to shop to a person that's addictive to shopping. So this is important. We have to know that. And lastly, let's think about the last few things about increasing shared economy, real estate awakening. For a lot of people in retail, this is important. We're no longer talking about a mass production industry or economy. It's not everybody try to achieve that economy of scale. It's about platform. It's about network platform. It's about shared economy. Uber, Airbnb, we don't even know who they are probably 10 years ago. Nowadays, they're the top 3 of all the relative industries. So it's no longer about us selling to the customer. It's us making customer part of our journey. It's about we work collectively, thinking about competition differently. How do we work together to enable that? So when we talked about all these changes, everybody thinking the disruptive edge is here. But what's important? Is the data center in here IoT? I'm sure the answer we give is both. But the good news for us is IoT is in the changing center now. Just take a look at a couple of data here. 62% of developers deem IoT very important to digital strategy. 50% of data will create and process outside of a data center or cloud by 2022. And most importantly, there's greater than 300 billion annual B2B IoT revenue at play here. But IoT isn't easy. IoT perhaps is a postdoctor of all the things that we have known for the past 30, 40 years, but we have to think differently. I think Casey and MC talked a little bit about how Advantech view it differently. We have to start thinking about modern architecture. How do we use that to drive solutions fast? So at Intel, we think about it all the time as well. So Intel's IoT narrative is to put data to work with intelligence from edge to cloud to really give you that ability to help you with productivities, efficiencies, and able to drive value. We wanted to gain complete competitive advantage with proven solution. We pre-built and validated systems that allow our partners to transfer that time to market, really from the time of development to the value of it. We want to consolidate systems at the edge for greater efficiency and value. Really is to give you ability to do more things on fewer devices. And these are some of the things that we talked about at Intel, how we can help companies like Advantech and all of you to do things to fit in IoT world. But let's take a look at a few of the industry that we talked a little bit about here. First, let's do retail. So if I ask a lot of you guys that you know your retailers as customers, what do they value most? They think about immersive, engaging experience. They're thinking about curated and stocked items. They think about what can they create for convenience? What can they do frictionless journey? So for all of this is telling us, what do we do? So when a US retailer came to Intel and says, hey, I wanted to really know my store stock at all times. And everybody in retail knows this. If you have 3% inventory visibility, it leads to 1% in sales. So we come up with RFID solutions along with in-store AI box to offer them that real-time insight. And this is not stopping there. We've seen the retail changes by all different kind of data analytics, and even the experiences that we crave and wanted. Now we're talking about personalized shopping. I'm not talking about putting your name on a shirt, putting Wei Wanya on a shirt. I'm talking about you creating an item that is from the beginning design all the way to final things I'm wearing. So when I wear a shirt like this, you know it's my shirt. So it's journeys like that help us drive those kind of experiences for retail. So Lowe's have using robotic for locate items, Walgreens for tracking flu spread, and Neiman Marcus for using AI for visual search. A lot of things are here and using technology to enable it. So next, let's take a look at hospitality. In this particular industry, we actually had a lot of battle scars. We've learned a lot. When we first started engaging our customers, we noticed we always typically win in self-service kiosk, terminals, kind of menu board. These are what we know how to do, how to sell, how to drive technology with our partners for solutions. Then we start realizing where are we losing it? What are some of the things that didn't make sense to our customer? Whatever we are telling them they should buy, they don't really value. It's inventory management, food quality control, IoT-enabled kitchen, and many other things. So we started to understand the market opportunity and how a holistic view is important for any kind of restaurant to drive that. In addition, now we have winning not only just the devices, we are now able to selling them 2 Xeons to help them managing the restaurant information. And I just recently read a story, Caesar's Palace, the casino in Vegas. I think a lot of us know or visit. But they have to discover a competition that they haven't seen before. People don't go to casino gamble anymore. And sometimes if you don't have good experiences in that casino, they don't come back. So Caesar is using their traditionally video-based analytics to able to track these customer loyalty and customer retention. How they do is if I has determined by Caesar Palace, not salad, but that I visit them probably twice a year. So the first time I go again the next year, I just don't have any luck. I keep losing it. So what they do is they have a personal service people come to me, and each of them have a discretionary spending. If I don't have a good experiences in gambling, they can offer me a spa ticket. They can offer me a dinner, which I can take my family out in their casino. So it's things like that will make me go back again. So these are the things that technology can help you do. Then last sector, let's take a look at it, is in hospital area. So data created in the hospital area or medical field is astonishing. You're talking about 3,000 gigabytes per day and almost 36% of data CAGR growth. That's huge. How do we manage that? And this sector is really important to us. It impacts our longevity. So we have to understand how to do it. So we wanted to focus this in medical imaging, clinical systems, and lab science. So Intel has worked with partners to drive a surgical theater based on VR. We have driven solutions like kiosk to bring the actual medical care accessible to rural area. So with all this, it truly can impact the way we live. So once I got to here, we will see, hey, all this information, what does that mean to us, a technology solution providers? How should we consider to drive our designs? So we wanted to really focus on a few of the areas. Customer experience. This is about customer engagement. So from a technical geek talk point, we want to start thinking about our design, that separate infrastructure plane with application plane. So if we think about it in the past, all these designs or innovations oftentimes is by historical data or guts that we decided, hey, this is our strategic business decision we should do. But today, that doesn't work anymore. Only if you can separate your infrastructure plane with your application and workload, you can quickly do trial runs. Your innovation might not be the right one, but if you can fail early and know early and flexible enough, the cost to you is really little. So we have to do experiment-based innovation now. So then it's business intelligence. Data is something everybody is agreed upon is important. Insight we can attract out of it is important. So how do we use that? All these examples we've just talked about, using business insight, is not only can create a business opportunity for you, it really will impact your profitability. And lastly, we want to look at a service. Service is about taking an agile development, continuously improve it, able to drive that changes to be highly adaptable for market changes. So once we're doing this, it's really encouraging to see Advantech's concept is how do we separate your domain knowledge from your underlying technology. If only doing that allow you to do the fast changes. So with all this being said, why does IoT important? Why is edge important? We have to know all these informations. We have to start doing our design, putting that edge far away from the backend platform, but close enough or as close as possible to the data creation. We can really target the real time and offer our customer what they wanted, no matter it's from experience, intelligence, or services improvement. Good news is we've seen some of these efforts already done. We've heard a lot today about Advantech WisePass systems. You will hear more today, or learn more today. And the Open Retail initiative that led by Intel, Dell, EdgeX, is also doing similar things. So as we see it, the future is exciting. It will require all of us to collectively build solutions to enrich our lives in the next 10 years. And I, for one, can't wait for it. Thank you.
Thank you, Wei Huang O'Neill, sharing the perspective from Intel with us. Now we have complete the main three keynote session in this morning. We will move forward to the panel discussion later on that focus on intelligent healthcare, intelligent city service, and logistics. Now, I would like to invite our director, HS, and his panelists. Welcome.
Good morning. I'm HS, and I'm great to be here to host this panel discussion to discuss about the important topic about digital transformation with our important members. First one is our CTO, Alan Yang. Give a pose. Second one is the Kevin Huang, right? Is it Wang? Kevin Huang is the CEO of ISAP. This is our important co-creation partners for video solution. Okay. So about the digital transformations is a very major topic and happen in the whole industry. Of course, market 10 is huge, but we are wondering what we care about is not only the market size. We are discussing about the growth rate, because we will note the digital transformations is not just a goal to achieve. It more relates to the competition of the evolutions to compare with your competitors. So it's not good enough to do it right. I think it's more important to do it more quickly and better than your competitors. So in current stage, there are 8 major technology ready in market to speed up the digital transformations. So besides the first one is more related to the consumer, and the third one is the IoT, cloud, and the AI. And the Advantech had a lot of business unit focused on these three focus topic. But as we know, for the intelligent service domain, we have to combine 3 of them to turn to the product, to solution, and turn to business. So it's not easy to do that, okay? So in today, we would like to discuss how to use our Advantech platform to realize this process better and quicker, okay? So Alan, the test mentions we have the IoT transformations and the marketplace. I think it's a major topic and direction from Advantech. But can you give us more information and insight about this topic? Thank you.
Yeah, it would be my pleasure. Good morning. My name is Alan. I'm CTO of Advantech. It's my pleasure to share what we are doing to facilitate digital transformation based on AI plus IoT. We have heard from Intel Wei that we need to extract the value out of IoT, where the source of a lot of relevant data relies on. So we've seen this chart from KC. It basically says that the evolution of platform. But then, first of all, why do we need a platform? Right? And what exactly is a platform, and what good does it do? Well, at the very recent technology breakthrough I think the hottest word these days is artificial intelligence, right? And there are analogy of AI is the new electricity. Think about how people go about doing their business before electricity was discovered. The impact to the business activity would be analogous with AI, without AI, and with electricity and without electricity. And AI in industrial scenarios heavily depends on data, the quality and volume and the speed of data. And that's why IoT is the source of getting the data out of the physical world at the edge into the analytics mechanism. The platform basically is a data platform, and the associated value extraction mechanism used to extract value out of the data. So in order to deal with the volume coming out from all the industrial edges, we need a platform that is elastically scalable. That means cloud architecture. Right, with the emergence of smartphones, with the vast popularity quickly boom in the past 10 years, cloud platform proven to be the most effective way of dealing a fastly growing demand. First of all, in consumer scenarios, now it's expanding to the industrial scenario. So phase one, basically, we need to get some sort of cloud platform up and running. That's the first one. The second one is that once we have all the data available, we need to be able to get some value out of it in a way that is flexible enough, that is quickly adaptable to new requirement enough to try out different type of innovation. So that's when we talk about decoupling i.apps. First of all, we are talking about segregating the data from the application. Secondly, then we address about how we can quickly put together the application through decoupling all the functional modules that is useful in delivering the value. So there's a phase two. How we put together the application has to go with a new methodology. Instead of a monolithic application that we are very used to in IT silo solution, now we have to move toward decouple function module, and that's why microservice is now the hot buzzword these days. To the third stage is there will be many different platforms, and all the functions can be interconnected, can be exchanged, can be traded. And once all these are ready at phase four, there will be a lot of innovation on the industrial aspects. Experts who are familiar with their domains, yet they do not have the talent on cloud technology or AI data scientist team, they can very readily apply all the foundations, trying out their different ways of exploring new ways of doing their business quickly. So if we look at how this ecosystem will evolve, again, edge is the foundation of everything. So we have all the edge player connecting to all the retail sides, the hospital, the fleet management, or the manufacturing sides. Then on top of it, I already explained that the data platform is definitely another layer of requirement, and that's the infrastructure as a service that provide the compute in the aggregated data center format. On top of all the computational infra is the platform as a service. They basically abstract the hardware capability with the form of a data lake, a scalable database, pooling all the compute resource, and yet be able to dole out small granularity of compute units in the form of, say, Docker format or Kubernetes pods. Then upon that, we come to introduce the industrial apps of different type of functions gearing toward different type of scenarios. And then we now have the possibility to quickly compose solutions in a new way, quickly explore new ideas and innovations to engage new thinkings, new possibilities afforded by all these new technologies. So we already accumulated a good list of IDOT apps. On the left-hand side, these are the bottom-up view of the components that we already developed together with our partners. On the upper right corner, actually is the top-down views. Those are the solutions for different scenarios that got composed very quickly with all the ingredients in the form of IDOT apps. And then in between, not just the processes or functional aspects of the functions, we also have AI models mingle around that actually are digesting all the data we sucked in from the edge IoT devices, the edge gateways, and automating the professional judgments in a way that is in line with your best expert in your team. So we are actually adding more and more an AI module into this format. These are not simple, even though this is a better way and more efficient way of doing IoT solutions, and therefore we invited a lot of our partners to offer the consulting services to help our end industrial customer, our end enterprise customers to go quickly, more quickly on this journey. Casey and Mingzhi already mentioned this decompose and yet sector-focused IDOT app aggregation and grouping across different domains from the manufacturing, from energy environment to the city service, retail, and hospital. And through the collaboration with our partners, we're adding more and more. On the Marketplace 2.0, we not only offering the Advantech internally developed solutions and IDOT apps, actually majority of the offering will be coming from our partners, from our ecosystem partners. And on the Marketplace 2.0, we would use a curated presentation to the customer by listing down what targeted verticals that we have solutions for with AI plus IoT, the end-to-edge to cloud solutions, listing down all the software module required and the edge hardware that is required, and also recommend the consulting service partners, which we expect will be coming from many of you in this house, that we will go about providing and facilitating our partners together. So this is probably running out of battery. Next page, please. Next page, please. So strongly recommend you to check out next page. Next page. To check out the Marketplace prototype while you are in this WPC, you can quickly Google Advantech Marketplace, and you would come to the site, and you would get a feel of how this curated experience go about introducing AIoT solution and how to put them together and engaging consulting service to go about that. This is the post-service subscription management portal. All the curated experience of explaining what solution can help help our partners to improve the productivity of your segments. That's the so-called pre-sale effort in convincing partners to come onto this approach. And once customers subscribe to the services, then come to this post-sale page that they can manage all the services that they have subscribed, that can determine how to scale up, scale down, terminate the services of their choice. So again, Marketplace 2.0 is an aggregation of the collected effort from Advantech and our solution partner that we provide the domain IAP, the AI modules, the edge software, edge solutions, and then the consulting service together in a curated way. And then hopefully some of our domain-focused system integrators, our DFSIs, or our co-creation joint venture partners, CCJV partners, they will be able to quickly integrate this solution and come up with new services and then list their development back onto the marketplace and create a virtuous cycle. What if you do not have a very strong development team? No worry, we offer a low-coding AIoT solution development environment as well. So we started from the data, and on top of the data, we offer a platform to organize this data. Now we come to extracting value out of this data. So there are 3 stages. The first one is to first visualize it. We provide configuration-driven drag-and-drop facility for customers to express business intelligence or process-oriented site-specific type of visualization. The second one is structure. First to visualize it, second to structure it in an asset performance management system with the asset in questions, with the topology of them and the management staff responsible for dealing with them. And then the third layer is with AI, right? The AI is to really to automate the professional judgment, to derive the insight, and to generate the action that will bring out better value out of all this data. So visualization, asset performance management, and AI framework service. Allow me to address the AI part a little bit more. Mingzi mentioned about our edge AI server with pre-built AI engine. Pre-built basically meaning already addressing existing problems, and yet there are a lot of additional valuable problem that is addressable by AI, but yet not pre-built. You need data. Data comes through IoT, through gateway to the data platform. Then you need to label all this data, and yet going through this so-called AI framework service to do many AI engines training, retraining, and deployment back to the edge. So when we refer to the computation is going to the edge, it's actually a combination of cloud and edge, right? Taking the data from the edge, train it in the cloud, deploy it back to the edge with speed and at scale. We have on-premises wide stack offering available to our customer, especially I think to hospitals where they would like to keep all the patients' private medical data on site. And recently we have very good success stories, breakthroughs with major medical research centers because they would like to leverage AI technology with all the medical data in-house. So we have quite a few recent installations of wide stack in medical research center recently. These 2 QR codes basically offer more information if you got interested into WISE-PaaS. So the technical documents and training and certification. So AIoT, AI plus IoT is the new electricity that would drive another way of productivity gain, drive another way of doing business in the next 30 years. Advantech has very strong edge computing offering already in the past 30 years. Now with the introduction of a data platform, WISE-PaaS, with the additional so-called application framework service of visualization or asset performance management and AI framework service, I think we are at a very position of facilitating all our partners getting onto the journey of digital transformation. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Alan. Sorry, I have something to say. Yeah. So I think all partners should be more aware about the WISE-PaaS capability. It's a good design, good deploy, and good marketing platform that can help to create and build our business. So MC, I think we can consider to rising up the WISE-PaaS VIP quota after this section. Okay. So in next, I would like to follow this page to discuss how we as IoT solution to based on the WISE-PaaS to moving forward. Okay, so I use this architecture showing on the case as slow modify to combine all the sectors together, because we would like to use slide to go through our strategy about our solution in SIoT. So currently, we still deliver a lot of innovation and a good quality hardware is our core business. Okay, and now we will. Next page, please. Go back. Okay, so now, as Anson mentioned, we added, no matter is the pre-bundle or pre-install, some edge software on our edge device. And we have two kinds of the software. One is the service management solution, because as Anson mentioned, we not just manage your device, we'll manage your peripheral, your applications. We'll not to let the service is stopped to damage your customer. So we will monitor all the things to keep the service on, okay? And besides the standard function we bundle in our old hardware device, we will put on some common but important edge software, okay? So the software, we have the 4 major types. I will explain in the last page, okay? And besides we get the edge SRP, we start to put on our data in service on the WISE-PaaS, as mentioned by Alan. We use a decouple refactoring because we would like to share the data and service collect from edge. And all the data can be collected. Our SA partner or solution partner can easily take the software, the data to create their own software to build a lot of applications, just like mobile phone. Okay. So when we get the data, and you can also use the tool, no matter is the visualization tool or the real engine or air engine, they can create a lot of the app. So as you see, we will divide our app in the 4 categories. One is we do the business intelligence visualization, and we get the sensor management, and we put on the command center to see all the things. And we do another thing to combine the domain knowledge to make it to be the operation efficiency. And finally, we want to put in an AI engine to make the manual decision to the AI decision. So all of them should be combined edge service and data to the cloud and start create a lot of the information from the data to do a data-driven business, okay? So in this page, it's talking about our edge SRP strategy. Because in the Service-IoT, we need to combine different kind of the scenario into the one device. So you will see when we start working on some area, we need to collect the data. So if we can come here from the sensor, we have the sensor management edge SRP. It can combine with just like an air condition, the thermal, or another thing. We can transfer data or do some local function processing to put the data online, okay? Besides the sensor, we have a lot of the video service and analytic function, just like content and facial recognition. So we try to make the analog thing to be digital through the data, but we need to open the data format to be easily to process and upload to cloud. So besides the data or the video, we have the content management, because we know in the Service-IoT, we have a lot of panel need to display the message to our customer. So we have the signage management, we have e-paper management. They can not just to display the content, They can integrate the content and put more information on the sign player. And Finalists, we still have a lot of operation service need to combine, just like tuning, okay? Just like a certification system. So they can just have their process engine. They can collect data from another one and display the information to the sign player. They just to focus on the operation logistics in their service. So in this kind of architecture, our partner can just choose what is most important for you. Maybe you have 3 of them, maybe you have 2 of them. You just take one you lack. You can just put them together and submit to our HSRP to put on our marketplace, okay? So besides the HSRP, we start to collect data at the cloud. So as an example of the hospital, in about 2 years ago, we are focused on collect a lot of data or do some automation service in the edge side. After 2 years ago, the hospital management team, they say, I want to know how many people use on the service. I want to know this equipment, this solution can be more benefit to our service, our hospital management. So we start to put on the data online to us, and we use the dashboard to create a lot of a business dashboard to then they easily know what's happened in their hospital. So it's very easy to do. We already collect data in the edge solution. I think most of the partners have a lot of the edge solution already deploying in your field side. But how to collect data to the cloud to do the new business is how it means to put on the data to us, and we can easily to create more application benefit to our customer. Okay, so based on edge concept and I would like to use this summary because we were talking about if we have edge SRP, domain SRP, we have 2 kinds of business we can address. First one is our domain focus side. They can get the total solution. So as I mean, what is quicker? You can have the complete solution already designed well. You just need to put on your knowledge and do implementation. So you can do it more quickly than your competitor. But we know all the solution maybe not good enough. So we need to invite more partners. We call it association, co-creation partners. So they can just to decouple your existing solution and make it to be as easy as integrated in our West Pass. So they can be added more feature, more function to make it also complete to use our customer. So it can do be better. So we try to make the general thing can be quickly to deployment and make a co-creation to make our solution can be better. It's our goal to combine a partner together, okay? So it's our whole concept combined with the platform and the solution deployment. But I think the next question is, it can really work. Is how do we turn it to a real business? So Kevin, I need your support. You are our important partners. I think I need your support to share experience about how ISAP work with on Advantech platform. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, HS. So firstly, I have to say I do, right? I do support. We will support. We'll win together, right? My pleasure to be here. Good morning. Firstly, let me introduce to you who we are. We are actually one of Advantech co-creation JV partner just recently. Let me see. Okay. What does ISAP stands for? Integrated Solution Application Platform. So we are actually focused on physical security, but we are a firm believer, number 1, for platform service, number 2, for application, number 3, how to use video from security into retail analytics into operation. So basically, that's what we do. ISAP was started in 2011 as a software company, headquartered in Taipei. But primarily, our market is in Southeast Asia. So we actually started our business in Singapore, extended to Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines, Indonesia, and now we are going after Vietnam market as well. We actually develop our own facial recognition and human detection starting from 2017. And right now, we are actually launching smart security as services to Southeast Asia partners. So as a command center solution, we actually target for smart communities, which is what we call the smart township, smart security, obviously, smart building, and smart retail. Okay, Okay, before I talk about the story on Sunway, just quickly let you know our solution architecture. So we basically do three things. At the bottom, we do aggregation. Aggregation of video, aggregation of data. Data can be coming from access control, alarm systems, can be coming from metadata from different video analytics systems. So we have our own AI technology, but we also integrate with third-party video analytics engines in order to enrich the services that we provide. So what we do is, for security, we're actually doing exception management, especially for remote management, where you have multiple sites, and you need to know what is actually happening in different locations. What are the typical security incidents happening? So this is basically what we do. Okay, so I just came back from KL last week, and I want to share this story with you. And actually, this is one of the opportunities that I would like to work with HS for iCity. So Sunway Group is actually number 4 property developer in Malaysia. I actually met up with group president and executive VP of Sunway Group. So these are just 2 of the townships that they already have. Sunway Velocity, Sunway Iskandar. So typically in a township, you would have residential, you would have hospitals, university, shopping mall, commercial buildings. So basically a lot of different buildings, a lot of people involved living in this community. Okay, so it's very interesting when I talked to the EVP of Sunway Group. He was more focused on operational side. Security, facility management, asset management. Those are his major concerns. And he definitely see the advantage and the benefit of a smart command center, what it can do to help him to enhance his operation. From the group president's perspective, he's not interested in security. He's not interested in operation. He just told me that, Kelvin, tell me how can you help me to get more business, to drive my revenue? Okay, how facial recognition can be used. So basically, we actually had a very interesting discussion. So from a security perspective, we actually already defined 3 specific security services on the cloud with the EVP. And the next stage is obviously how to help the group president to generate more revenue. So the first one is mobile attendance by facial recognition. This will not only be used for the security and the facility management, but actually in Sunway University, where the CIO of Sunway University wants to do mobile attendance for all the students, especially a lot of their students are coming from Middle East. So it's a challenge for facial recognition to recognize different races. So this is something that we will be able to manage. Okay, blacklist notification. So one of the main issues in each of the township is that there are a lot of people coming in and out. So from a security perspective, they are very concerned where are the people or the so-called blacklist people appearing within the township. They want to know. So they want to do preventive and predictive security instead of just reactive. Okay, so I am proposing to them that blacklist notification, which is very easy to be deployed, where we can create blacklist database for hotel, for university, for shopping malls, and all these databases can be interchanged and interused together. Finally, we will offer the critical incidents notifications, which means whenever there is a security incident that has been predefined by type of security incidents, by location, by time of occurrence, actually we will allow not only the command center, but the remote management to get notification real time, not only for data, but also for video as well. Okay, so quickly just to share with you, this is how we work with Advantech. Actually, HS has explained very clearly, so I just illustrate this from the following slide. So as you can see, we have already identified the HSRP products related to video, related to facial recognition. So actually, you can actually purchase this through marketplace as well. There are already industrial applications that we have identified, again, with HS team for attendance taking, visitor management, blacklist notification, and obviously the smart city command center solution. So all these industrial applications will be available in marketplace as well. So from your perspective, we can work very closely, and actually I'm excited by the AIS franchise that Casey just mentioned. I look forward to work with the franchise partners in different regions. Okay, so quickly, this is the whole idea as an example for blacklist notification. So we create database of different persons of interest. We will label certain person of interest with different attributes. And we are able to track and we are able to analyze where the blacklist persons are showing up. Could be in a hotel, could be in a hospital, could be unwelcome visitors in commercial buildings. And then we will analyze and we will show to Sunway where are the risk areas, especially from a township perspective, so that they can be more proactive and preventive from security management perspective. Okay, so that's my sharing for today. Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin. I think, as you mentioned, we will start to listen up your solution on your marketplace. And I believe it will be more top-selling app. So I think, Ellen, maybe we can consider to create a new page called the ranking page. I believe maybe the 100 or more want to put on our marketplace. We need to have the customer know who is the better one, okay? So in the next page, before we take a break, I just want to, most important one. Okay, in this page, okay? So please put on this one into your OKR. We will work with you to join out some good program, and we can win the prize. Thank you very much.
Thank you, HS, Alan, Kevin, for showing us how Advantech is involved in a digital transformation. And you can experience, all of you can now experience the digital transformation firsthand. With your badge, you can get handmade fresh bubble tea at the cafe here in the lobby. So make sure that you also keep the receipt, because there might be a nice surprise that you can utilize it for later on. So we can see here IoT right in the happening. And for now, we will have a short break of 15 minutes. So I see you back here in 15 minutes, and enjoy some bubble tea. See you then.
AIoT and revolutionary innovation are transforming the world. Co-create with Advantech to build smarter industries and find a new path to business success at Advantech Service-IoT World Partner Conference. Register now. The Internet of Things is changing the world. New technologies will be invented. New platforms will be transformed. New solutions will be integrated. And new industry sectors will be formed. We will have smarter solutions in industry. The world will be smarter and better. There are unprecedented challenges ahead of us. Challenge of connectivity, information processing, technology standardization, and the complexity across different industry sectors. The challenge of the inevitable fragmentation is holding back the evolution of the Internet of Things. At Advantech, we see the fragmentation as an opportunity. In the past, our focus was on automation and technological advancement of products. In the future, we'll focus on intelligent software platforms to enable partners' domain-focused solutions. Through Advantech's WisePass IoT platform, Partners can utilize a wide range of intelligent and data-driven applications, develop hardware and software integrated solutions, and deliver standardized and replicable IoT solution-ready packages. Your contribution and our co-creation will overcome the challenge of the fragmentation and build a new blueprint for the Internet of Things. No one can do IoT alone. The ecosystem needs both contributors and enablers. Advantech endeavors to support our partners and become the enabler for the intelligent planet by sharing our resources and collaborating with market specialists. Working together to change the way we think, invent, and innovate. Our future is measured by our partners' ability to dream. Advantech co-creation business model, enabling our partners to build and create the impossible. Advantech, co-creating the future of the IoT world. AIoT and revolutionary innovation are transforming the world. Co-create with Advantech to build smarter industries and find a new path to business success at Advantech Service-IoT World Partner Conference. Register now. The Internet of Things is changing the world. New technologies will be invented. New platforms will be transformed. New solutions will be integrated. And new industry sectors will be formed. We will have smarter solutions in Industry 4.0, intelligent retail and logistics, transportation infrastructure, energy and environment, intelligent healthcare systems, and smart cities. Our imagination is the only limit to the Internet of Things. The world will be smarter and better. There are unprecedented challenges ahead of us. Challenge of connectivity, information processing, technology standardization, and the complexity across different industry sectors. The challenge of the inevitable fragmentation is holding back the evolution of the Internet of Things. At Advantech, we see the fragmentation as an opportunity. In the past, our focus was on automation and technological advancement of products. In the future, we'll focus on intelligent software platforms to enable partners' domain-focused solutions. Through Advantech's WisePass IoT platform, partners can utilize a wide range of intelligent and data-driven applications, develop hardware and software integrated solutions, and deliver standardized and replicable IoT solution-ready packages. Your contribution and our co-creation will overcome the challenge of the fragmentation and build a new blueprint for the Internet of Things. No one can do IoT alone. The ecosystem needs both contributors and enablers. Advantech endeavors to support our partners and become the enabler for the intelligent planet by sharing our resources and collaborating with market specialists. Working together to change the way we think, invent, and innovate. Our future is measured by our partners' ability to dream. Advantech co-creation business model, enabling our partners to build and create the impossible. Advantech, co-creating the future of the IoT world. AIoT and revolutionary innovation are transforming the world. Co-create with Advantech to build smarter industries and find a new path to business success at Advantech Service-IoT World Partner Conference. Register now. The Internet of Things is changing the world. New technologies will be invented. New platforms will be transformed. New solutions will be integrated. And new industry sectors will be formed. We will have smarter solutions in Industry 4.0, intelligent retail and logistics, transportation infrastructure, energy and environment, intelligent healthcare systems, and smart cities. Our imagination is the only limit to the Internet of Things. The world will be smarter and better. There are unprecedented challenges ahead of us. Challenge of connectivity, information processing, technology standardization, and the complexity across different industry sectors. The challenge of the inevitable fragmentation is holding back the evolution of the Internet of Things. At Advantech, we see the fragmentation as an opportunity. In the past, our focus was on automation and technological advancement of products. In the future, we'll focus on intelligent software platforms to enable partners' domain-focused solutions. Through Advantech's WisePass IoT platform, partners can utilize a wide range of intelligent and data-driven applications, develop hardware and software integrated solutions, and deliver standardized and replicable IoT solution-ready packages. Your contribution and our co-creation will overcome the challenge of the fragmentation and build a new blueprint for the Internet of Things. No one can do IoT alone. The ecosystem needs both contributors and enablers. Advantech endeavors to support our partners and become the enabler for the intelligent planet by sharing our resources and collaborating with market specialists, working together to change the way we think, invent, and innovate. Our future is measured by our partners' ability to dream. Advantech co-creation business model, enabling our partners to build and create the impossible. Advantech, co-creating the future of the IoT world. AIoT and revolutionary innovation are transforming the world. Co-create with Advantech to build smarter industries and find a new path to business success at Advantech Service-IoT World Partner Conference. Register now. The Internet of Things is changing the world. New technologies will be invented. New platforms will be transformed. New solutions will be integrated. And new industry sectors will be formed. We will have smarter solutions in Industry 4.0, intelligent retail and logistics, transportation infrastructure, energy and environment, intelligent healthcare systems, and smart cities. Our imagination is the only limit to the Internet of Things. The world will be smarter and better. There are unprecedented challenges ahead of us. Challenge of connectivity, information processing, technology standardization, and the complexity across different industry sectors. The challenge of the inevitable fragmentation is holding back the evolution of the Internet of Things. At Advantech, we see the fragmentation as an opportunity. In the past, our focus was on automation and technological advancement of products. In the future, we'll focus on intelligent software platforms to enable partners' domain-focused solutions. Through Advantech's WisePass IoT platform, partners can utilize a wide range of intelligent and data-driven applications, develop hardware and software integrated solutions, and deliver standardized and replicable IoT solution-ready packages. Your contribution and our co-creation will overcome the challenge of the fragmentation and build a new blueprint for the Internet of Things. No one can do IoT alone. The ecosystem needs both contributors and enablers. Advantech endeavors to support our partners and become the enabler for the intelligent planet by sharing our resources and collaborating with market specialists, working together to change the way we think, invent, and innovate. Our future is measured by our partners' ability to dream. Advantech co-creation business model, enabling our partners to build and create the impossible. Advantech, co-creating the future of the IoT world. AIoT and revolutionary innovation are transforming the world. Co-create with Advantech to build smarter industries and find a new path to business success at Advantech Service-IoT World Partner Conference. Register now. The Internet of Things is changing the world. New technologies will be invented. New platforms will be transformed. New solutions will be integrated. And new industry sectors will be formed. We will have smarter solutions in Industry 4.0, intelligent retail and logistics, transportation infrastructure, energy and environment, intelligent healthcare systems, and smart cities. Our imagination is the only limit to the Internet of Things. The world will be smarter and better. There are unprecedented challenges ahead of us. Challenge of connectivity, information processing, technology standardization, and the complexity across different industry sectors. The challenge of the inevitable fragmentation is holding back the evolution of the Internet of Things. At Advantech, we see the fragmentation as an opportunity. In the past, our focus was on automation and technological advancement of products. In the future, we'll focus on intelligent software platforms to enable partners' domain-focused solutions. Through Advantech's WisePass IoT platform, partners can utilize a wide range of intelligent and data-driven applications, develop hardware and software integrated solutions, and deliver standardized and replicable IoT solution-ready packages. Your contribution and our co-creation will overcome the challenge of the fragmentation and build a new blueprint for the Internet of Things. No one can do IoT alone. The ecosystem needs both contributors and enablers. Advantech endeavors to support our partners and become the enabler for the intelligent planet by sharing our resources and collaborating with market specialists. Working together to change the way we think, invent, and innovate. Our future is measured by our partners' ability to dream. Advantech co-creation business model, enabling our partners to build and create the impossible. Advantech, co-creating the future of the IoT world. AIoT and revolutionary innovation are transforming the world. Co-create with Advantech to build smarter industries and find a new path to business success at Advantech Service-IoT World Partner Conference. Register now. The Internet of Things is changing the world. New technologies will be invented. New platforms will be transformed. New solutions will be integrated. And new industry sectors will be formed. We will have smarter solutions in Industry 4.0, intelligent retail and logistics, transportation infrastructure, energy and environment, intelligent healthcare systems, and smart cities. Our imagination is the only limit to the Internet of Things. The world will be smarter and better. There are unprecedented challenges ahead of us. Challenge of connectivity, information processing, technology standardization, and the complexity across different industry sectors. The challenge of the inevitable fragmentation is holding back the evolution of the Internet of Things. At Advantech, we see the fragmentation as an opportunity. In the past, our focus was on automation and technological advancement of products. In the future, we'll focus on intelligent software platforms to enable partners' domain-focused solutions. Through Advantech's WisePass IoT platform, partners can utilize a wide range of intelligent and data-driven applications, develop hardware and software integrated solutions, and deliver standardized and replicable IoT solution-ready packages. Your contribution and our co-creation will overcome the challenge of the fragmentation and build a new blueprint for the Internet of Things. No one can do IoT alone. The ecosystem needs both contributors and enablers. Advantech endeavors to support our partners and become the enabler for the intelligent planet by sharing our resources and collaborating with market specialists. Working together to change the way we think, invent, and innovate. Our future is measured by our partners' ability to dream. Advantech co-creation business model, enabling our partners to build and create the impossible. Advantech, co-creating the future of the IoT world. AIoT and revolutionary innovation are transforming the world. Co-create with Advantech to build smarter industries and find a new path to business success at Advantech Service-IoT World Partner Conference. Register now. The Internet of Things is changing the world. New technologies will be invented. New platforms will be transformed. New solutions will be integrated. And new industry sectors will be formed. We will have smarter solutions in Industry 4.0, intelligent retail and logistics, transportation infrastructure, energy and environment, intelligent healthcare systems, and smart cities. Our imagination is the only limit to the Internet of Things. The world will be smarter and better. There are unprecedented challenges ahead of us. Challenge of connectivity, information processing, technology standardization, and the complexity across different industry sectors. The challenge of the inevitable fragmentation is holding back the evolution of the Internet of Things. At Advantech, we see the fragmentation as an opportunity. In the past, our focus was on automation and technological advancement of products. In the future, we'll focus on intelligent software platforms to enable partners' domain-focused solutions. Through Advantech's WisePass IoT platform, partners can utilize a wide range of intelligent and data-driven applications, develop hardware and software integrated solutions, and deliver standardized and replicable IoT solution-ready packages. Your contribution and our co-creation will overcome the challenge of the fragmentation and build a new blueprint for the Internet of Things. No one can do IoT alone. The ecosystem needs both contributors and enablers. Advantech endeavors to support our partners and become the enabler for the intelligent planet by sharing our resources and collaborating with market specialists. Working together to change the way we think, invent, and innovate. Our future is measured by our partners' ability to dream. Advantech co-creation business model, enabling our partners to build and create the impossible. Advantech, co-creating the future of the IoT world. AIoT and revolutionary innovation are transforming the world. Co-create with Advantech.
Back in, we have a colleague from Germany that will guiding us through a panel talking about smart city. Hi, Michael. Hope you are doing great, and welcome to Taiwan.
Thanks, Kaylee. I'm doing great. Yeah.
Would you mind introduce yourself and your panelist?
I do so. So my name is Michael. I'm running the SIoT business for iLogistics, ICT Service in Europe, and it's a pleasure. You see 5 seats. We have a lot of panelists. And let me start ladies first to introduce Joy Chu. Big applause. So Joy is director and PD head of our ICT Service division. You will see a lot of solutions she will provide to us. Then we have Van Lin, director, sector head, iLogistics. We have Mr. Un. Here you go. From LGS CNS, big partner of us. So please join the stage.
Then we have Mark Wu. Where are you? You're here, sorry. So, kind of introducing himself. And last but not least, we have a partner from Europe, Ramos. Where are you? From Neolabs. Please join us on the stage. He's co-founder and head of solutions of Neurolabs, artificial intelligence startup. So I want to recap two things. You can sit down, relax. Yeah. I have to recap regarding the former sessions. Two findings from my side. We were really thinking a lot about reaching the quota. You said it's so easy to get 2 billion. Entire Europe team, relax. It's easy. Easy peasy, thanks. Secondly, unfortunately, the lady from Intel is not there anymore. I totally agree. If I look outside my door from my house, there are a lot of boxes, but she's not correct. I'm not shopping. I have two ladies as hybrid shoppers. So they go to the shop and do online shopping. It's not the husband spending the time. So, okay, maybe Intel needs to rework a little bit on the analysts, but okay. So, what I agree with is that all the stuff we are talking about, it's really about people-centric smart city solutions. So the only slide I have is there was Gartner's Expo conference in October last year in Orlando. And besides, they always present the 10 mega trends in IT and technology. There was one common, every single central reoccurring topic. It was about technology and the impact of technology, providing really smart spaces, providing user experience or a benefit for the users, no matter if it's customer, employees, society, whatever. So, and the next panel, no pressure to you guys, yeah? But it's about how we can provide, we as Advantech, we as partners, provide these kind of people-centric solutions. So we need to think from customer centricity aspect with everything which we deploy, no matter if it's a hardware or a solution. So let me first introduce Van Lin, and he will start from the iLogistics part.
Okay.
You can applause again. So.
Okay, hello everyone, my name is Ben. So right now it stands for Advantech Service-IoT to talk about our intelligent logistics, how to be empowered by AIoT. So the first thing is, this is what we reference from the very famous consulting division. So you can see logistics is really a very, very big business. And if we categorize what is really booming, what is really decreasing about all the investments, for the transportation segments in all logistics, that's just increased a lot. But you will see some decreased numbers about warehousing. But don't be depressed about this. The key thing is right now, most of people talk about Industry 4.0 or Logistics 4.0. That means zero stock. So that means they need much more intelligent equipment and solution to help about zero stock. So warehouse investment, overall, about the floor plan, all the things will decrease. But they do need new technology, new solution, and seamless the logistics service to enable to reduce the warehouse cost. So that is what we are facing. That is what we should do to help this world. And it is true, Industry 4.0 is a great concept and vision that also the things industry already adopt. And this kind of the structures is what people talk from 2017. So really talk about from the starting point to whole logistic field, no matter what kind of transportation mechanism you're using, we do need to tons of different sensor technology, computing technology, edge computers, and also very intelligent cloud system to help us to enable about of this. So in all the past, we say trace and tracking, but for sure it's not the case. If we base on Industry 4.0 or for the Logistics 4.0 to think, we have too many data need to collect, then we can ensure we can enable everything together. So you will not really know what happened in the port and what it may impact about the goods we receive from the retail store. And it is true, Advantech is a very, very limited solution suppliers. We can supply the things from the beginning to the end, no matter about port, for the crane, for the warehouse, or even for the fleet, or even the related equipment for the retail store. We are just a very, very limited one. We can do this. So in this sphere, you can see not only about vehicles, not only about the peoples, but also the goods and assets. So that is what we aim for. And looking into what kind of new technology really impact our field a lot. The first thing is about all kinds of different communication technology, like say LoRa or sub-1G or 5G NB-IoT. All these things just help us to collect the sensors, collect the information more efficiently, and the signal can penetrate the world and can upload the data to the cloud in an efficient way. And also some technology to show you in a low power, low cost way by the e-papers. For sure, more and more mobile workers need to be taken care of in the logistic field. So no matter about tablet, no matter about wearable technology, should be layers. And also, what we emphasize a lot about based on the Intel's endorsements for the edge AIs, for the Mobiles OpenVINOs, combined with the AI video analytics for the driving safety, for optimize for all the things. Furthermore, in fact, we are not only talking about on-road vehicle, we are also doing a lot of off-road vehicle like mining and constructions. So for LiDAR, AIs, all the things should be layers. Furthermore, it really consider about safety. V2V, V2S, DSRC, all these technology also very important. So this is our offering. Everyone know we are doing very good. We are #1 of the vehicle mount terminals in the global world. We have tons of that. The great thing is, especially just exactly talk about the warehouse or vehicle mount terminals. We do see more and more need, not only for the forklift, but also for the heavy duty. And furthermore, we also consider more about the goods. So we also adopting something, we say 3D sizing solutions that could help you to scan the goods in an efficient way to measure the size by 1 second. Okay. And about the fleet management things, not only about the truck and bus, but also much more. We are very, very good about that. And we do adopt a lot of AI technology. We have 2 kinds of AI. One is real-time safety, about video analytics. That's about fault corrections. That's about rear view blind spot. The other things talk about driver behavior management more. We can detect about traffic light. We can detect about road size. Later I will show you more. Furthermore, about assets and also goods, that's something new, maybe to you, but we based on Advantech agent sensor solution, we talk about that. So the first thing is that we come out tons of different sensor solutions based on modular design. We can collect tons of different sensors and show in the e-papers and collect based on our wise paths, deliver the solutions. And about the environment and the goods, based on ultra-wideband technology, we can very precise to define all the goods, signals, peoples in this environment based on accuracy, based on 0.3 meters accuracy. That's super good. And also mobile workers for the tons of different offering with the application-oriented peripherals. That's what I am always very proud. Talk about tablet, that's one thing, but it's very, very limited company, really based on the target application to come out tons of different application-oriented peripherals to speed up all the value we can provide. People know our DOT. Yes, we are Euro #1. We are super rocket. We offer tons of different configuration, different all kinds of things. That is what I always want to say. One thing is, if we want to know why we need to make this product to such a rocket, we just need that. Because not only about forklift, the construction, agriculture, mining, all the things, we just need really something we can trust it. One videos you ever show before is Tesla say they create a very, very strong SUV. Okay, then we see what happened.
Franz, could you try to break this glass, please?
This is our terminal. 2 meter free fall.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Well. Oh, man.
Okay. So we know, I just want to use this as examples. For computers, most weakness should be the touchscreen and the display. We even much stronger than Tesla. Sorry to Tesla. So this is the ball. We do the test. We say free fall 2 meter. If your head is over there, sorry for that, I will kill you. Okay. So VNT, we are ultra rocket, we are number one. We have tons of different configuration. The other thing I want to bring to you is about AI technology. We know AI is very important, but frankly speaking, most of people right now use the AI to the facial recognition in everywhere. But for sure create some value, but for the AI in fleet, that create much more values. We can feel that. So first thing is we come out the right platforms, our A+ models. That's our new track. But this technology can use all kinds of the vehicle platform. It comes of the different AI solution overlays, and it also modularized. And we also comes of different sensors. We also have our softwares integrate overlays and what we can do. For sure, that for the real-time driving safety, we have 4 collisions for lane departures and also the distance detections. And we also can detect the driver behavior in the right ways. So we can know you are sleepy, where you are smoking, you are defocusing. You are using your cell phone. And also blind spot in these areas, and here, right-hand side, left-hand side. This area is really the things kill people every day. So our technology also can let you see something and also alert you some things. So what's the real things? Play it. So this is our real-time video safety system. We can detect the driver if he is using cell phone. If he lane departures, it will show you some things, and also distance. We also in the right-hand side and the back side, we can detect what happens and remind you in the right way. That's about real-time safety. This is about video AI more. I can detect car plate, I can know your right turn, left turn, and I can also detect about traffic side. So that means I know much more. And this is our solution combined with LiDARs. So I can know everything surrounding about you. Okay. This old technology already use some things in the autonomy vehicles. For sure, we are not really doing that yet. But for off-road vehicle, for sure, we are doing that. But key thing is for all this technology, when we adopt that will help us a lot when we talk about real fleet safety for after market. And except our vehicles, we also do the goods and assets. This is Service-IoT's. The first day really say total new launch about except about application-oriented computers, but we also offer the sensors and the display solutions. This is not the sensor node. This is really embedded sensors. So it comes up tons of different I/O sensor with a modular design and have a different communication technology. And go through the gateway or direct go to the cloud, we can sense everything what we expect in a smart IoT. Okay, so no matter that is what kind of the temperature, humidity, all the things over there. And furthermore, sure that they have the display e-paper technology and based on all our WisePass support and also RTLS solutions. And based on all this, with the gateway, with our WisePass support enabled, we can deliver all the information to fulfill all kinds of different wide application scenario. Don't treat this just for logistic field. It can go for retail store, it can go to factory, it can go to hospital. I want to talk a little bit more about our sensors. This is really a first one. First days, we really have the sensors, not only about the computers, based on Advantech offering. Based on different module design, you can thermal the sensors, you can waters, you can have your toilet cleanliness, and also checking about the goods, and all kinds of different sensors. This is also what we want to share with you, also what we want to learn with you. What kind of sensor you need more? If you have a clear the business definitions, we can really achieve that in a very efficient way. So we have a different communication technology, and we have a very good signal penetration capabilities. And the battery, we have very special designs. Based on right condition, suitable upload frequency, it even can run for 6 years. So you even cannot feel that is a battery inside. It can run for such a long time. It also go for anywhere. Just talk about cold chain solutions. We really focus on that because that talk about food safety, include about logistics and retailers. So we even just about temperatures. We have some things not only measure about air and the environment, but also the soup, because of the central kitchen, also can measure the food, the center side, not only about the surface. So based on all these great sensor, modular design sensors, we collect the data based on WisePass. We work out our SRP, no matter for cold chain, no matter for all kinds of different, say, public toilet measurement. Okay, That's everything we can do. It really can go to anywhere you can picture, you can image. And the last two pages why I want to talk more is about indoor navigations. So based on ultra-wideband technology for a big open environment, then you can easily to set up our list, have a full receiver overlays, and with our USN as a gateways, this one really can tracking everything if you carry the tag. And this tag can run for a year, and the accuracy could be 0.3 to 0.5 meters. If you move one step, I just can detect that. So this kind of the solution setup is perfect fit if we want to manage something. And the last point is about the Leo display e-paper. This thing also can go for any environment we are talking in here. So just use the warehouse as examples. So it can go for inventory check. It can go for display some key information, or even just a broadcasting systems. No matter for meeting room, no matter for toilet, no matter for production site, no matter for everywhere. It just can do it. And also we count up different e-paper management software. We can do that. Okay, that's my portion. Thank you.
Thank you, Van. So this was a quick one. Thanks. So we are in time, right? As you saw, logistics nowadays is not about track and trace anymore. It's data, 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 and bringing meaningful information out of it and doing the right execution. So co-creation, this is one finding which Van just mentioned. I also invite you to look at the LiDAR technology which we showcase in our demo room. So we also have Quanergy is one of our co-creation partner here in the event. So we really try to combine it. Another co-creation partner is LG. Everyone knows LG. Maybe not everyone knows what LG CNS is exactly doing. So I invite Van to briefly introduce Mr. Hoon, because you guys worked together for many, many years. So,
okay. The first thing is Advantech worked with LG something like say from 2000 or 2010 or 2011. So that's almost a decade's relationship. So we work with LG CMS for the public translations, start from Colombia, and we expand to Malaysia and many, many places. And LG CMS is really a global worldwide leaders for the, we say EBAS or ITS solution providers. And right now, Mr. Woon is the one to take lead for the whole business in Latin America. So there's a welcome, Mr. Woon.
Thank you, Ben, for the introduction. My name is Tae Young-om. I'm the director of the new business development in Latin America in LG CNS. I flew around 30-something hours to come here. I arrived yesterday in the morning, and thank you for choosing this the morning time, because in the afternoon I'm very value for the jet lag. Okay, let me introduce. I'll try to be a less technical possible, because this is our concept. Our company does things to connect people with the technology. The session in the morning and the introduction by Ben was very technical, very heavy in the technology, but we are trying to do as light as possible. Okay, I know everyone heard about LG. Maybe someone has something LG, appliance, TV, washing machine, of everything in your house, or even see in your home. So LG Group is a 250,000 employees company. It's based in Korea, and we are part of LG. We are one of the 60-something companies belongs to the 3 big branches. One is the electronics, that is used very famous for their appliance, the displays, etc. And we have another branch is the chemicals, the home and healthcare products. And the third one is the telecommunication and service part. So LG Upla, for example, this is a mobile operator in Korea. International is a trading company. And CNS was born 30-something years ago to act as a CIO of the LG Group. We started to providing the IT services and ITO services for the LG Group. And when we grow up, we open our site and our experience to the government and open market. And we have some vertical, and we are around 6,000 people, and doing around $3.3 billion yearly. Okay, to don't bore about this, we do different things. In summary, we are an ICBM company, not an intercontinental ballistic machine as our northern neighbor. We do IoT of I, cloud, big data, and mobile, plus A of AI. So we do using this kind of technology to connect people with the technology in their daily lives. So we innovate with different platform, different technology to how improve the way the people lives. Our companies, our sister companies make so their factories or they improve their process, etc. So we are the digital innovation enabler between the LG Group and we're trying to do it in the same manner with the people. Okay, in the different area, we have the public and smart city division. And in this division, we do that, name it as a smart transportation portfolio. We have, looking for the mean of service, the transport to the bus, taxi, metro, train, airport. We have solution that involves everything this. We try to people that use BMW, bus, metro, and walk, yes, to improve their quality, using their fare collection with the smart card system to pay the fare of the transport. Fleet management system to the people has the information regarding the service that you're expecting, and the companies has the information to manage their fleet. The traffic management system, this is regarding the public transportation. In the railway, we have everything related with the reservation, ticketing, communication, and PSDs. In the airport, we have solution as the air traffic control, security system, etc. in the airport side. Okay, looking in the public transport system, we define a lot of solutions, but we can summarize in two biggest solutions. One is the automatic fare collection. You know, the smart card that used to tap and enter to the buses to pay the metro, pay the buses, to get the free transfer to one system and another. LGCNS do this from 2003 in Seoul. And we are doing this in Bogota, in the Colombia, the country that I'm working, from 2012. And the second one is the FMS, or Fleet Management System, is the system that monitors in real time the position and everything that the bus doing in the journey. And we can calculate the kilometer that the bus is running, and we can predict the time the bus spent to arrive in the specific bus stop, etc., and give the information to the passenger. So according our transformation succeeded in Seoul in the 2003, we get these numbers. The public transportation passenger was increased in the 16%. The traffic volume was decreased in 24%. You know, many of yours are Korean, but you know, no one uses the own vehicle to go to the office. Most of the people, except some specific needs as a sales guy, use usually the public transportation to move inside the city. So the traffic volume goes down, and the city is very nice to move to be a 20 million metropolitan city. You know? The bus speed was increased in 39%, and the carbon emission as well down to 5.5%. Okay, we have a lot of experience, as Ben introduced us. We have a lot of experience starting from Seoul. We have most of the major cities in Korea. We have the integrated single card that works countrywide. We have some experience in Bogota, in the country I'm coming. We have a recent projects in Malaysia with in KL and Penang. We also have the fare collection in Greece, Athens, and doing some PSD and other projects in Qatar and Saudi Arabia as well. Okay, mega cities. Seoul is our major experience. We have around, we aggregate all transport system on Seoul. Seoul itself has 10 million people living, but if you count the metropolitan area, we have around 20 million. We have 526 metro stations with 13 lines. We consolidate almost 10,000 buses, 73,000 taxis, more than 100,000 point of sale, because the smart card works as a micropayment as well. This system had around the 50 million transactions daily and settles around $20 million a day. So it's one of the more complex and more demanding system worldwide. And this card, the T-Money, is the name of the card. It's nationwide. You can use this card even in any city of Korea. Bogota is the second megacity that we have experience. We established there in 2011 when we won the project to do the fare collection in Bogota city. We have this is the BRT bus rapid transit. It's like a metro, but we using buses in the dedicated line. We have around 157 stations and someone bigger in Transmilenio. We have around 12,000 buses in Bogota running our fare collection system, similar to Seoul, and fleet management system to monitor and in real time everything happen with the fleet in daily. So compared to Seoul, is small solution. We transaction is around 4 million daily. But we have already more than 50 million cards distributed to the city. The Bogota city has 7 or 8 million population. And it's a concession that works. We have already at now 9 years more to do this collection. And the investment for this project was around $176 million. Financed by some part by Korean Exim Bank and HSBC and IFC as well. Okay, let me introduce how was our solution and how Advantech give his technology to integrate our solution. This is our bus. So the central unit of the bus is a logic unit. This is a track 550 because the project was implemented in 2012. It's a sold model. The 550 controls every device and everything, communication, etc. that has in our bus. Through their interface, we can integrate the payment validator, the access control barrier, because the people there have to get the barrier inside the bus even. The microphone to the driver, the GPS module, etc. And recently, now still in negotiation with Advantech, we won a project to complement another functionality inside the bus as an ITS system. We are working on this to include some video surveillance system, the driver behavior camera for the ADAS, for the driver safety, for the driver camera. We are integrating passenger counters, the integration with Canvas to read all information coming from the buses. And we are using, in summary, the lodging unit or the onboard computer with the driver display. We're using the LAN switch, the router to communication because we are offering video on demand for the passenger and Wi-Fi on board. And the driver camera to see the behavior of the driver for the safety. Inside the stations, we have as well our automatic vending machine. It's not, this is very colorful. It's made in Colombia because we decided to do it in Colombia because of the logistic cost. You know, bring some devices, heavy device from Korea or China to Colombia, at least the half of the costs are just in logistics. So we decided to make everything in Colombia with a local company, but we integrated as well with the UTC computer from Advantech, and this computer manage all peripherals as the bill validator, the card dispenser, coin validator, the QR code reader, etc. inside a very small footprint. It's like no more than this tile. And we receive coins, bills, and do the recharge of everything, and replacing people inside the ticket booths to automate with these small footprint devices. But as Advantech computer is the centric system, is the central computer with the touchscreen for the people. And we recently do some projects like real-time bus arrival information. This is one of the regular bus stop, not the dedicated BRT lines, just regular bus stop. We are putting a monitor to indicate to the passengers the time, the estimated time of arrival of the service that they're waiting. We have, of course, LG display in here, but the computer that connects to our fleet management system and reads the information is a player from Advantech. Another project that we are working as a pilot, in Colombia, in the most city of Latin America, the evasion is one of the biggest problems. The people jump up the barrier and don't pay the fare. So we have different initiatives and different ideas to avoid this. One of the ideas that we made is make this barrier. This is a barrier that raises the heads, the people, so the people cannot bring and jump because hit. But to make it not too ugly, we decided to put some monitors here and show some institutional videos and information. We have a CCTV looking for the people here. Anyway, inside this, we have as well a Advantech player using Advantech CMS software to distribute the contents. This is a pilot we are doing in some station, and the idea is to deploy in all of the station that needs this kind of solution. Okay, this is all that we are working in Colombia and in Latin America. Thank you.
So I want to say a little bit more. So you can see we start from the track with LGCMs about the e-bus. Then LGCMs expand from the fleet management to public service. So Advantech also offer our expansions about our offering from the track to UTC, to USN, and even to some key gateway, all the things. That is what we can contribute our partner most. So when work with Advantech, not only about the single product division, or that is what the Casey ever mentioned to our very important partners last night say. When you work with Advantech, you only work with these few people. You work with 8,000 people to support all of you about all the related efforts. And we do offer much more than what you can expect. So always let us know what you try to implement, what kind of problem you try to solve. Then we can propose you all the related tons of different solutions. Thank you.
Thank you, Van. So Kaylee, you need to change the moderator from MK to Van. So second comment, did you notice this is how a real loyal Advantech partners apologizes to make not the entire solution out of Advantech, but sourcing in Colombia. So this was highly appreciated, yeah? Okay, so but what Van mentioned is it's not about logistics anymore. Yeah, we're talking about a fleet management system, and you saw even the providing video on demand solutions in the bus, self-service kiosks, and so on. It's really coming to a smart space for people. And yeah, I would like to invite Joy. So Joy is head of the UTC product division, and yeah, providing a lot of self-service kiosk solutions, and therefore please welcome Joy on stage to share your ideas about people-centric development.
This is Joy. I'm going to share you with the digital transformation how Advantech ICT services team up and our solution. Digital transformation has made a lot of change. And the self-service kiosk, self-ordering, and the self-checkout and in already very popular in our daily life. And multi-channel shopping and the omni-channel shopping are getting more and more user. And the big data collect variant data, AI push out for decision making. All that make the customer behavior, business model, and also decision making change. So that all brings big impact to the smart city era. Furthermore, there are still some shaping the future retail business, like VR shopping, by wearing the head-mount device to bring the customer to shop in virtual reality. That is also a big impact. A main store that is also called cashier-free store. That will make the long queue becomes a nightmare gone. So that also have a big impact to the current device company, manufacturing company. Robot as a service is also a big impact and already adopted in retail store and will adopted rapid growing. AI objective recognition also help the labor free in checkout process. So all this make the big retail and also ICT service market change. Besides that, IoT technology, artificial intelligence, and 5G communication that are happening. Together with the fintech payment technology, touch sensor technology enhancement, big data, facial recognition are getting mature and well adopted, that all make and accelerated the smart city era. With such a big transformation change in digital and also in technology, what Advantech do? Advantech is going to consolidate 3 product divisions into a big ICT service master division. That means we can provide front box computer, post system, all-in-one touch computer, all the way up to the kiosk product. That also means with all these products consolidated, we are able to aim for far and wide smart city market. That means from retail to hospitality, public space, to transport, airport service, that all can name for it. Furthermore, that also means for tech QSR, quick service restaurant, and the fast food chain store, for example, the QSR owner can buy digital signage, box PC, can buy POS system, can buy mobile tablet for tableside service, can buy all-in-one touch computer as queuing system, and also kiosk for self-ordering from Advantech. One time, one side, and also with better service from Advantech. That is the consolidated product division team would like to provide total product offering to service our customer in ICT service concept. Okay, so with such a wide market coverage, Advantech is going to keep enhancing our edge application-ready platform. That is our traditional business. That is also our core business. But in 2020, we will add on real-time device management. We call it WisePass Device On for Windows. We call it WisePass Android DM for Android. That will allow our customer to further detect their remote site device, terminal, peripheral, in remote site and check out the status. All this bundling together will fully implemented in 2020. Meanwhile, we also keep working with our system integrator and also the software partner to co-create HSRP to allow us, we can move our business together to face to business, like what you just heard in this morning. Okay, besides, we are going to have WisePass Device On bundle totaling overall in 2020. A+ model is highly implemented by Advantech. A+ model is going to make sure all the product develop status keep in the right and the great track. Okay, you will see the UTC 100, the first new debut in this World Partner Conference. UTC 100 series. This is the most slim, industry-grade, all-in-one touch computer. That's true, that's for sure, including IP65. That means prevent from the dust, prevent from the water. That also means PoE supported. That also means wide power voltage supported, and Finalists as well. That's for sure. And another innovation is that is the screwless design. The screwless design. There is no single screw in our all-in-one touch computer. The screwless design make it lighter and make it easy to maintain. And it all comes from the evolve generation by generation. That means you can see Advantech A+ product principle. And also the UTC, it also involve, represent the product transformation journey. 10, 11 years ago, we launched the first UTC 500 series. This is still our mainstream product, mainstream model. And 5 years later, it passed to 3. This is the generation 2. And this year, we launched the UTC 100 series. And this one, we do see a different change. And we do see the product design transformation. And I think A+ product and the UTC not only represent the product design transformation, but also represents a business transformation. UTC 500 series is still the mainstream product among our UTC family in terms of business scale and in terms of brand awareness. But with UTC 100 series, it could easily to bring us to explore slim, stylish, and also affordability required smart city services market. Okay, the last but not the least, ICT service team is ready to embrace all the smart city era by team up together and also by team up together with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Joy. One comment from sales perspective, this PD is really people-centric, design-oriented. Yeah? So the products, they are really listen. So we come from the warehouse. As you mentioned, we really transformed the business from the warehouse logistics, started in production, now into city services, smart building, using the UTC 100. We are looking forward to the launch of this product for smart, building information, whatever. So this is really something that helps us as sales, but also partners. You mentioned Edge SRP. There was one prominent partner of we talked to LG and work with LG, big company. We also work with startups like Neurolabs. So Neurolabs is a co-creation partner. They have a AI solution, which now will be presented, I guess, by Remus. So we do with the big ones, but we also work with the startups. Please welcome Remus from Europe. Romania, Paris, or UK? Where do you live, actually? In the plane?
I live in the UK at the moment.
In the UK?
I'm originally from Romania, yes.
So, okay, Remus from Neurolabs.
Thank you, everyone. So, hi, everyone. I guess it's time before lunch, so I'll try to be as quick as possible. So we all talked about smart cities today. We heard many big words. To me, two that came to my mind instantly is connectedness and intelligence. And to me, the part of machines being intelligent, one key ingredient is them being able to sense the environment around them. And one key ingredient to achieve that is to rely on machine vision or computer vision. So my talk today is going to cover very quickly what do we mean by computer vision, and I will try to show how we are slightly different and in terms of approaching this challenge. So machine vision is amazing, and we need this. We need this if we want to achieve smart cities, but we need this for the future as well. I don't want to make this like a workshop presentation, but very quickly I will try to go through how image recognition works today. I guess some of you are already familiar with this. So basically it involves taking a lot of pictures. This is the data gathering process. This is quite laborious and human intensive. Then again, somebody has to label all these pictures to draw beautiful bounding boxes around the objects and identify each of them, so that eventually the smart guys, they can build these deep learning models that basically can be later on deployed on different devices to recognize the products. Okay, so just to summarize, three main phases: data gathering, manual annotations and recognition models. So the first two ones, as I said before, they take a lot of time. They are very costly as well. Usually, the labeling part, especially, is done. I mean, there are entire businesses built around this. They outsource this work, and this, in a way, limits the applications of computer vision. So we have a slightly different approach. We rely purely on what we call synthetic data. So we start by taking 3D scans of different projects, of different products. Then we take these products in virtual environments where we are able to replicate the real environments. So basically, you can think about virtual environments, virtual places where you can take a look at the real environment under different angles. And this opens up the possibility of generating unlimited amount of data. And the most beautiful thing about all this data is that it already comes with annotations. And doing this, you actually end up achieving what we call a scalable computer vision. Because this is very, very fast, this is very cost effective, and eventually why all this matters, speed matters of course, but at the end of the day, it's also about accuracy. So eventually, this leads to state-of-the-art accuracy. And this can allow you to be disruptive in different industry. Here, again, I just want to emphasize the speed advantage that this technique gives you, but also from a cost perspective, this is a lot more feasible than doing computer vision traditionally. So, why I'm here today? Well, we at Neurolabs, we are very good with the AI part. That's our expertise. But of course, if you want to build a real product, you need different key partners involved. So companies specialize on building the hardware. Companies specialize on mitigating the connection between hardware and software. And together with Advantech, we built this, what we call the virtual cashier. We've seen a lot of demand for this kind of product in Europe, at least. And together we decided to take this to market. Actually, I have a demo in the main area, so please stop by to have a look and play around with the products. Okay, so relying on synthetic data, it's all good, you are fast, you are accurate, but what is our vision? So our vision for the near term as well as for the longer term is to achieve what we call superhuman vision. And I don't want to sound cocky, but we as humans, we are limited in the amount of data we can ingest. Therefore, we are in a way limited in terms of how we can react to all the incoming data. And we believe that by using, through computer vision, we can get results that eventually will be better than what humans can do with their own eyes. So for us, we start with simple use cases, then we move on progressively to harder ones, and then our vision is to get to a state where we can have what we call any object recognition, that we plan to offer this through a platform, and then eventually we'll achieve superhuman vision, which can have tremendous implications in the real world. So just think about all the applications for computer vision. So think about virtual cashiers. They could be deployed in canteens, in cafeterias, but we can even go further to supermarkets. Then another one, quality control, where real data is a big issue, and it's something that's really impairing the adoption of AI into manufacturing and quality control. But then you can think about other applications, quality control in plastic, slaughterhouses. Then you can move on to monitoring, everything from agriculture to the shelves of the supermarkets. And these are just a few industries that one can think of. But of course, we've seen during the morning talks, industrial and robotics is a huge market, as well as the autonomous cars. But leaving aside all this, think about all the applications that we don't think about presently. So we believe that there are many more that will show up as we go along, and this is where the real value will be eventually. So I want to specifically talk about one use case that's very that's very dear to me. So think about smart cities and connectedness. So by 2022, 44 billion cameras deployed around the world. More pictures but most of the pictures coming through all these cameras will never touch the human eye. So you need a way to connect. You need a way to connect all these entities that gather all this data. And computer vision provides a way for all these entities, for all these machines to understand what's truly going on around them and communicate between them. And think about, so we keep mentioning Internet of Things. So I want to bring forward something that it's a more recent, I think, development, something that's called Internet of Eyes. So imagine like all these machines, all the data coming to these cameras, being understood and being collaboratively being processed for the better of the people eventually. So autonomous vehicles, I think there are companies here that have a lot more to say about that. Here I'm just gonna express my my hope for the future, but also how I see the industry progressing. So think about, anything, cars, buses, motorbikes, bicycles, these will all be part of a smart city. What's currently like the biggest challenges that prevents all these vehicles from being, in a way, autonomous? So first of all, it's an unimaginably difficult problem to solve. The real world is very, very complex, and regardless of how much we try to reduce it to something simpler, it doesn't work. But here, relying on virtual environments, you can speed up the whole process of learning the real environment. Then, of course, all the costs associated with connecting all the sensors. But recently, we've seen the emergence of new technologies such as 5G and edge computing, which eventually will mitigate all these constraints. And finally, regulation. We've seen regulation coming from, the US, Europe, Asia, trying to be more friendly towards autonomous vehicles. So all these recent developments, I truly believe they are very encouraging for the future. It might take us, 5, 10, 20 years to get to the point where we have fully autonomous vehicles, but I think it's doable. And this is the part where we want to help in the future. And finally, think about smart cities. I mean, even a more futuristic view that I have about all these autonomous vehicles to consider them as independent economic agents. So you could have, for example, taxis that are rewarded, that have their own wallets, and they are rewarded based on the journeys they complete. And in exchange, for the money they collect, they can get more fuel. So, slowly, we can integrate these non-human machines into our, even more into our daily lives than we've done so far. And yeah, that's me, Neuralabs, and I'll be around. Come see me if you want to have a chat about computer vision or anything. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramos. Edge SRP co-creation partner Neuralabs of us. I think it's a good example why we need to bring these two worlds together. Advantech, hardware giant, and this new dynamic guys. I love your slide. What was the term? Simple cases. That's what we're doing, right? Can we sell a lot of simple cases first before you go for autonomous vehicle? Okay. So no, this is it's a good match, especially in Europe. Or a local touch, you need to really have a local ISVs to work with our ARP to really deploy the local demanded solutions. So last but not least, last panelist. So welcome, Senior Director Mark Wu. Mark is also heading a product division. Now he's focusing on one topic. It's really about building smart spaces in public services. So, Mark, your turn.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Since the topic is people-centric for smart city, so I choose one product and topic to introduce for everyone this morning. Okay. I'm going to introduce a unique and multiple function solution for the smart city. Okay. Before I introduce the product, I think we are living in the city, in modern city. Everybody care about. What is care about? Okay, first one, tell me, what do you care about? Okay, first one, I think is security. Okay, second, we want a clean air and clean water. Okay, every day. Okay, we drink and we breathe. Okay, the third one, okay, we want to know today's weather and traffic. And further, everyone have the handset and the notebook. We like anywhere, any place, we can access internet in this modern city. That's the reason we come out the product called U3 700. This is a worldwide, very unique products. Okay, and this product also using the green power, okay, to save energy. For example, wind turbine, okay, solar panel, okay, we have the power generation to support the power instead of the DC, okay. Then let's go back to introduce the product detail. The whole system products were designed based on the modularized. From the top, okay, we can put green power turn bike or solar panel, okay, or we can put the city image, okay, depend on the our city requirement and the customer, or even we can play 3 display. As soon as possible now, we move to the 5G age, so the station U3 700 can work as a 5G small cell station to service very fast data traffic, to serve the community, serve the city, okay? And we equip the many portfolio and detector to aggregate all the function in one station, okay? Besides this function, I think people also like to know what's today's news, what's stock market, the price index, such function. So our station will equip the either e-paper or LCD panel to provide instant news or video advertising commercial to create the value for these products. And more value is that we provide a user-friendly, okay, AMIS 100 interface for the user. They're easy to touch the button, okay. They can change the light, color, switch to the different music, okay, for the ground. I think many places, okay, people after work like living in the relaxed and comfortable environment. So the station can deploy in the playground or in the community place. They can play the music. We have an outdoor speaker and we have the video play. So people can relax or after work over there. Okay, this picture is to show what equipment we can have, okay, including the LCD panel, surveillance IP camera, air quality, and even the 4G. We provide the hotspot, okay, and the turbine and solar energy. And we can modularize to become the different combination, Okay, either 3D display or 5G small cell or a wind turbine, solar panel. Okay, this is to show the product spec. Okay, on the top, as I mentioned, we can have put a light box as a check-in point, meeting point, to help the citizen or the people to meet the place. Okay, this is the design internally. So not only outside device, but also internal design, we base on DIN rail, so easy for installation and the maintenance. Okay, so you can see they're all very organized and designed for modularized. Okay, this is we show different type of the U3700 combination. Okay, can be applied. It's good for first one, metropolitan, industrial campus, and new community property. Just I mentioned, Mr. Wen, the Sun Wen new property. That would be good for using these products to service the community people and citizens. Okay, of course, the U3700s will be embedded the device on. Okay, be management by remote. Okay, platform. So we can from the cloud dashboard see this iStation. This iStation can be remote management and management any kind of device, whatever air detector, Wi-Fi, hotspot, or even the light pole. Okay, working or not working. Okay, and intelligent surveillance, real time, people, citizen working, and air quality analysis. Okay, and all this can be enabled on Advantech White Pass. Okay, be on the platform. Okay, this is to show the scenario. Okay, we have been installed and deployment one outside of this building. Welcome everyone to after lunch. You can take a walk and see. Okay, this is to show after work the people can relax. Okay, play the music. They can dancing. Okay, on the playground. In the evening, we have the show the light. The light, as I mentioned, can be switched to different mode, different color of lighting. Okay, to fit the different occasion or different vegetable holiday. Okay, you can change. Okay, then we have the IP camera surveillance. We have the tech identification. So provide all the service for these products. On the back end, we have a co-creation. Okay, provide the AI solution, including the tech identification, people walking, counting, traffic report. I think not only the city government need this product to collect the data, as I mentioned, air data, traffic data, people counting data, then report to the citizen. Okay, what's today? Or the temperature, humidity. Okay, what's today the traffic? Okay, this is very important. Okay, for the government, also for good community. Okay, for everyone. So that's as I mentioned. Okay, daytime, weather, temperature, humidity, air quality, and even information. That's the very unique U3700, the product. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. So this means we are at the end of our panel. I think it was a long panel. Thanks to the panelists. Recap: logistics, e-bus, co-creation, working with big partners, working with startups to really make this happen. We can customize whatever you want. So this is also a message from Mark. So just look at this smart idea. If you have other ideas, please come to us. because we can really make it tailor-made for you guys. And finally, I'm really surprised, in logistics we have iron balls. That's also what I remember. Okay, just a joke, sorry for the Europeans. Okay, I think now it's break, or what's going on?
Well, actually,
so thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you to the panelists. We are done.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you very much for the panel as well again. So we are not quite done yet. We have still a very exciting panel now. But yeah, we went from now the iCity solutions, where we talked about the people-centric solutions for the smart cities. But yeah, the smart cities don't only contain smart lights or retail or hospitality, but also smart hospitals and healthcare. And that is also the next topic that we want to discuss together, because the future of the hospital is already here. And what that means, Ping will introduce his panel, where they will talk a little bit more about the future of healthcare and the future of smart hospitals. Ping, I don't see you. Where are you?
Here.
There. Hi, there you are. Welcome. Yeah, feel free. The stage is yours. Okay. So introduce your panel and thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, as a moderator, I have to give you two stories and one key message for this panel. Yeah, and sorry we are not ready for lunch. Okay. And the second story is to the panelists. Sorry, we will strictly control the time, okay, for your presentation. Okay, and before we jump into this panel, okay, I would like to deliver a key message for the next generation healthcare solution. Because in the future, we are going to develop the product together with all the partners here. Okay, and this is the key message. We are doing the co-creation to the phase 2 and phase 3 for the HRP and the industrial APP. Okay, so right now, let's welcome our panel. The first panelist is the Frank Huang, is our director for the iHealthcare solution. And let's give him some big hand. And the second one, we welcome Brandon, the co-founder and the COO of Brand Medical, is Andre Ho. And the next one is Penny Huang, actually, is Penny Huang, and actually from the VC. Then last but not least is Mark Xiao, is the VP from our partner International Integrated System. Thank you. Okay, so because time is really short, so I give more time for Frank. Okay.
One, yes.
Okay, thank you. So I think everyone will be tired. So let's talk about the next generation iHealthcare solution. We will deliver something and more interesting for you. So first one, everyone heard a lot of different information from AIoT, like AI, like big data driven, like data exchange for interoperability, even with advanced technology to adoption into different applications. But in healthcare area, those kind of tremendous and crucial terms eventually really help the iHealthcare, but not able to represent all the medical professions. So all the things they are doing, two important topics. One is getting the workflow and more efficiency. And second one is reduce the loading for medical professions. So helping the patients to get a better life and a better safe and a better care. So first one, we talk about the chronic care continuum. Actually, everyone know there's an emergency care or different disease. But right now, more and more chronic diseases happen in the world. Everyone, you may get a lot of long-term disease, like China will be the hemodialysis with the #1 in the worldwide. So those kind of a long time and long runs care for patients, real patients. actually they need more and more big data collection, and gathering the data, doing the analyze to help medical professions to make a decision, even to be predict, analyze, and the prevention for the sick. And second one, for emergency care, more and more endoscopy, microscopy, they need the image, video exchange as a consultant for decision support by doctor or nurse. So this is more and more. So even the operation is much safe for patient, and recovery is much faster than before. And third one, for nursing care daily, for example, patient in the hospital, nurse need to care patient for every day, a lot of different tasks. But more and more data interoperability, the data collection, and able to support nurse to reduce their working load. So more and more those kind of things happen. They are transferring a different service model or business model in the hospital. Also, they provide better service to patients. Next. Okay, so from above that kind of situation, we see more and more business opportunity is happening in the worldwide. And we emphasize and select different area. And we all welcome our partner to collaborate with us together for better eye health care for all the people. So in Advantech eye health care, we have a big scope, and you know we have a lot of different products. So the product enabling to be like ARP and HSRP, and continue to work with our partner in the Advantech industrial app together to go to different location, the area, the field in the hospital and eye health care application, such like hospital management, medication dispensing, medical specialty and equipment. So into the patient rooms, hospital, public space, nursing station, and the surgical rooms. Okay, so for eye health care, for this year, we nominate with 4 key strategies we'll continue running from this year. The first one is our general product. We were transferring into specialty offering. That means all the ARP and the SRP, they adopt with Advantech's device on the kind of a platform, and with different module, rich peripheral, to fulfill and suitable into different medical specialty application. And second one, we always looking for the new technology who is mature. We will do the deep dive for the trend and the real application able to do in the healthcare field and implement into our SRP and the ARP. And third one, we are co-creating with our partner together, including their solution together for business established in worldwide in different regions. And last one is an innovate SRP and the industrial app to develop, to enter into the phase 2 and the phase 3, that kind of business. So in the past, everyone know a lot of different hardware and a lot of different software, even the industrial app. But those kind of design is an individual one. So we are running one thing is to do the decoupling for the silo of different hardware and able to link the product together, including the HSRP with the software, with the partner's industrial app. They are able to enter to different medical specialty and application. So those kind of combination will be not only one thing, but in one application, in one things, you can choose different building block as a solution to selling into one field and one customer, or even one hospital. So the customer coverage will be from medical equipment builder, can be from to channel, can be to distributor, to domain focused SI, or even direct to the hospital. So this is what we are continuing to running for business and work with our partner together. So for this year, a lot of focused product. I think in the afternoon, you will have a lot of different viewing, and we will have an introduction panelist for the product, and also in the demo room, you can have a look. I will make some highlight. The first one, we talk about digitizing the healthcare. In the past, the healthcare is analog data collection. But within PC and IoT technology, all the information able to be digitizing. Digitizing got many efficiency conditions for application. They are able to collect data, they are able to trace back, to review, to do the analyze. So within this one, our product, we have a different panel PC, such kind of a PLC, HIT, and the USM box PC. All are with newest technology, with a rich peripheral and accessory, and also with a friendly design, easy to configure. So here is one example. A new 21.5-inch point-of-care terminal. It's still a panel PC, but the most interesting thing is we have a very flexible expansion slot. This kind of expansion slot we can select into telehealth application. Also able to be swappable battery as a running for 6 to 8 hours, and even able to like AI or the gesture, the kind of a control for the panel for the operation room. So second, in surgical room, as we say, more and more imaging and video, they are able to recording, to consult, to stream, to make decision support to medical professions together. So we have a medical surgical grade display, and also the video over IP solution with the encode, decoder, recorder, and we co-work with our partner. Such kind of outside, we have a Brandon Medical later on, we'll talk more. So this kind of combination will be very helpful for surgical process and save patients' life. Jump out. No. Yes. Third one, we're talking about optimizing the quality nursing care. So this kind of quality nursing care, we have a medical trolley with an eye medication dispensing solution, also with a handheld tablet. But one thing interesting is for telehealth. More and more applications is running telehealth. The government, the insurance company, they are adopting this kind of a solution. They can pay the insurance fee to patients. So patients able to do the remote consulting clinic review with the doctor together. Right now it's allowed in US. So for the trolley, Army's card, able to transferring to telehealth application. Also the tablet can be. No, it's wrong. Okay. So next, this is my page. I think we're talking about the iHospital management. This is a hospital BI and more innovative application in the hospital. The first one is a real-time location system. It's able to tracking the medical staff, the assets, able to prevent some important things to lose, and knowing all the situation of the hospital. So biggest one is a hospital command center. I call this is a hospital brand for the intelligent hospital, because it's able to doing the business intelligence for hospitals management. So they are able to know what happened in the hospital. They can do the right time monitoring to do the right decision making to hospital to improve their daily working and operation. So above is my sharing. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, really thanks to Frank. Your time control is really good. Okay, and we are a little bit faster than the schedule. But before we jump in the next section, actually I would like to echo to Frank, especially for the RTOS. And actually I'm also the witness for the RTOS, because this AGSRP and the industrial APP actually is developed by us and our co-creation partner. Okay, and this partner was not a big company, and they are only selling to the regional business. But right now, after 1 year co-creation, right now we are not only winning project together in Taiwan for the hospital. Right now we are selling to Hong Kong, to Japan, and even to Europe together. Okay, so I would like to let you know this is true, and let's co-create together and go to the phase 2 and phase 3 all together. Okay, and next things I would like to echo is we will jumping into the specialty application. And first of all, I would like to introduce Mr. Adrian Ho, and he's the OR professor who is dedicated in the OR business for 25 years. Okay, so this is not easy. Okay, let's welcome Adrian.
Thank you very much, Ping. I'm not really a professor unless you gather. So, I'm Adrian Hall. I'm the owner of a company called Brandon Medical. We are a medical equipment company. And I also act as COO. I also act as a director of a newly created company called Entolly Medical that we've created to address the opportunities and the growing opportunity of video management in the OR. See if I struggle with this. There we go. So, as I say, I've worked in this space for 25 years. And actually, in that period of time, what we've seen is the operating room actually starts as a very simple room. It's a clean room with a patient on a table and a guy with some knives. Actually, in that period of time, this room has changed enormously, and it's transformed into a highly complex, a smart room and a multimedia room. Starts to show why Advantech might be interested in this space. Now, this has been driven by the adoption of minimal invasive surgery. So those of you that are not particularly medical, this is where the surgeon is not actually have an open operation, but the operation is done by inserting instruments into the body cavity. This means that actually also inserts a camera on the end of a stick to guide what he is doing. The next step is actually, that we've seen more recently, is the introduction of what they call hybrid theatres. And these are hybrid because actually, instead of just taking pictures of what we want to do before the procedure, we're actually taking images during the procedure to guide the surgery. And bringing it right up to date, we've seen the introduction of robotic surgery, where the surgeon actually isn't any longer even stood next to the patient. He's sat in a corner or in another room even, guiding the robot surgeon, which you see as the white item next to next to the demonstration operation here. And actually, it is more of a cobot really than actually a robot surgeon. So it's remotely driven. And this has been augmented by the adoption of the electronic medical record, where we're gathering all the information about the patient into a log of what has happened to that patient during his visit to the hospital and his subsequent discharge. So this development in technology is producing an unmet need, because we have a proliferation of technology which we need to control and actually make useful and meaningful to the clinical team and indeed the patient. And this creates a significant business opportunity, and actually, as we will see, is quite highly aligned with Advantech and Advantech's partners. So let's take this complex multimedia room that I described. Actually, what we see is a proliferation, particularly of multimedia. So where we are actually the move to minimal invasive surgery, and this has been absolutely dramatic in the last 20 years. We have laparoscopes and endoscopes where we're inserting cameras into the body cavity to do investigations and to guide surgery. We have now a proliferation of ways to image the body, to look for issues inside the body without actually having to cut us open. So we have these names you will recognize: CAT scans, we have MRI scans, we have ultrasound, lots of ways to look for the problem. And these are all images. In the operating room, we have multiple cameras. We have cameras embedded in the operating light. We have cameras in the ceiling to watch what's happening. We have cameras and microscopes when we're working on very small tissues. And all of these images have to be presented on multiple screens in the operating room. And you can have as many as 6, 7, even 8 screens in an operating room. At the same time, we're generating a proliferation of information. So there's information which actually comes from the patient. There's actually also a lot of information comes from the equipment, as we were starting to hear from some of our partners in some of the other sectors in iCity and iLogistics. And interestingly, increasingly, there's a lot of information starting to actually come from the building. What's the temperature? What's the cleanliness of the air? What's the state of the oxygen system that's keeping that patient alive? Actually, guys, that's pretty important. This information is actually already being collected into an electronic medical record. But at the moment, actually, this is very much clinical driven. So we're collecting information based on the patient. We're not actually collecting a great deal of information about the status of the equipment, critical equipment that's keeping our patient alive. And we're definitely not creating a great deal of information from the room building. So together we can enhance the electronic record to have a full log of what happened to that patient as he passed through the operating department. But there's also opportunities to use smart building technology, IoT technology, to increase the functionality and the automation in the operating room. So once again, actually we see how this starts to align with our interests with Advantech and our partners. So is this a niche area and a niche move in healthcare? And the answer is hell no. There's huge arguments about the number of operating theatres actually in the world, because this data is somewhat argued over. But there's a lot of them. In Asia, there's certainly well in excess of 150,000 operating rooms in Asia. And actually the adoption of these advanced technologies into the relatively basic rooms is running at anything between 2.5% and 7% globally, 10% in some cases. It depends on the particular technology. So this marketplace is very significant and it is growing quite rapidly. So the adoption of just in Europe is a $2 billion marketplace just in Europe. And as some of the information said earlier, actually the adoption of technology is running faster in Asia than it is in Europe. However, current solutions are far too costly. And what this leads to is we only see an advanced operating theatre, operating room being put into the university hospital in the tier 1 capital cities. So if this is the best that we can do, that really isn't good enough, because what we should be doing is developing technologies that we can put in every operating theatre, in every hospital, looking after every one of our citizens. The current solutions are also not vendor neutral. They've been developed by the mega companies in the medical equipment sector. And so, not unsurprisingly, they actually have limited integration and limited functionality that surrounds their own equipment. These projects are actually exceedingly difficult to price without a lot of pre-tender knowledge and a lot of site-specific information based on site surveys. So how am I going to tender for a project in Malaysia without actually having to travel to Malaysia and survey that hospital before I put a tender? That's not a scalable business, and that is restricting the development. So then, should I win that tender, these projects are very difficult to deploy without extremely specialist knowledge, because some of the technologies being used are very advanced. And these skills are certainly outside of the hospital and the field of the distributor. So some of these projects, if you do win them, they're the type of project you're thinking, oh my God, I wish I didn't. So what we've been developing based on certainly my 25 years plus of experience in the operating theatre. We've partnered with ICT, AV and IT specialists to develop a company called Entoli Medical. And this is designed to try and address what we can see as the unmet need. So we've developed a control platform for the distribution and control of AV in the operating theatre, designed to be extremely simple and intuitive to use. So the design start point is not with the technology, it's with the surgeon. What are you actually interested in? What do you use on a day-to-day basis? And actually, how can we make that easy? key test is if you have to pick up the manual, we've failed. You should be able to walk up and use any theatre anywhere in the country. So Entolly must also be cost effective, because we need to get into, and as I say, not just the key capital university hospitals in 1 or 2 example technology operating theatres. We want to be putting that technology into all 20 operating theatres. So we need to be cost effective, we need to be scalable, we need to be expandable. And we specifically have designed in our knowledge of basically 20, 30 years of failing in meeting these objectives. We've designed our knowledge into these latest systems to make an Entolly system that is easy to deploy and support based on standardized software, standardized pre-configured and pre-assembled hardware solutions that we build into a custom enclosure that can be mounted onto the pendants and the equipment in the operating theatre. That is key because it gives us a known location for the equipment, and it allows us to simplify vastly the deployment. So this solution is based on the Advantech hardware that you will recognize, the Avas encoders, the medical computers, the PAX surgical monitors, box PCs, hitched touchscreens, and we can quickly form a video management networks solution based on a user interface running on a Entolly touchscreen all-in-one PC. So the opportunity for Advantech partners is we can turn a custom, highly specialized project, which you would normally be nervous of is outside of your experience. We can turn that into a standard solution. Our experience addresses the practical installations of where does all the equipment go? How do we wire it up? And that actually is built into our solution. It works for all standards-based OR AV equipment, and essentially can be installed into any OR. So what we've seek to do is basically within Entolly Medical is to provide partners with a complete product solution that turns the hardware that is available to you from Advantech into the product that your customers in your hospitals want to buy. So I'll just take 2 seconds to sort of relate this back to what we've already heard this morning. And I'm actually very excited and immensely impressed by 2 things. What the lady from Intel was telling us is there's a lesson about us owning the estate. And we are all owned, whether we like it or not. And we're either in the Samsung tribe or the Huawei tribe or the Apple tribe. What they have done is they have commercialized us through this. Because this is the computing platform that we carry around. And this is what Casey and MC were talking to us about, is that actually, if that computing platform is there, we can then add services on top using the concept of WisePass. In the operating room, what is the estate that we're going to own? There's only 2 computing platforms in there. There's one that controls the room, which we provide as an equipment supplier, and there's these AV solutions that control the AV in the room. So if we can use those platforms to get into the operating room, that operating room is going to be our real estate. And we won't make a sale just today. We will make a sale basically for the next 10 years of now adding services onto those platforms. And as Advantech's vision is, which I think is extremely exciting. So I think what we've got to think about in those terms is how this actually augments our business and opens up a business opportunity that we can continue all to grow as a family into a globally significant force in eye healthcare.
Okay, thank you, Edwin. Okay, so after the presentation, I think everyone agree he's the OR professor. And the next thing I found, we are so exciting to see maybe one day Entolly can be with us, co-creation to the WisePass and also the marketplace. Okay, we're really exciting about that. Okay, and the next we will have the Penny Ong, and to present for another specialty application. Let's go some deep dive to the telehealth. let's give time to the Penny. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Penny and I'm the Director of Product at VC. So I'm just going to share with you guys a little bit about, where do I point? There you go. Yeah, so I'm just going to talk a little bit about what we do as a company and some of the stuff that we have learned over the years, like the insights I'm going to share with you guys. And I think I'm running out of time. Okay. Yeah, so VC, we are a telehealth software company based in Silicon Valley, and our investors include Salesforce.com and In-Q-Tel. So we have had over 1,500 customers to date, and our claim to fame is actually the fact that all the video communications from NASA space station today is actually done exclusively through us, through our platform. And on the other side of the company, we also have a physician marketplace where we have over 4,000 physicians, on our marketplace, and they actually span across various specialties, and that's what we called This American Doc. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. So these are just some of the customers that we've worked with. So that includes companies like Walgreens, CP America, DaVita, One Medical, International SOS, and so on. So I'll briefly talk about different types of telemedicine projects that we have deployed over the years. So this is, the first type is actually clinic-to-clinic deployment. So clinic-to-clinic telemedicine, it's something that we have done for Walmart. So in this deployment, for example, a patient can go into a Walmart clinic, and the clinic doesn't have to be staffed by a doctor full-time. But so you can have a PC in there and some of the medical devices in there, and the patient can be assisted by an MA, and he can be connected to a doctor which is in a different location. So that's how they have done resource sharing across the state through different locations. And the second type is that we can also send a nurse to patient home. So what you do is that you can actually dispatch the nurse with a home kit. So the home kit is actually maybe a size of a laptop or even smaller, and within which you can have an Android device and a couple other medical devices like blood pressure cuff, the motoscope and stuff like that. So a doctor can be like reviewing the patient data live from the hospital itself, look at the vitals and some of the pictures that come in, and if need be, if the doctor does need to intervene for some reason, he can always call into the Android device and connect to the nurse and the patient, at the same time. So this is something that we have developed for Walgreens, what we call the Diabetes Prevention Program, and it is actually recognized by CDC in the US. So the patient can actually have a mobile app on a phone, and he'll be taking pictures of what he eats every day, and a dietitian can actually review the food log every day and the activity level of the patient daily and weekly. And the patient, the dietitian can actually talk to the patient, whether through chat or through video calls every week. And we have actually had thousands of patients that have lost tons of weight through the program. So the point is that we are helping pre-diabetic patients to prevent them from becoming diabetic. So we don't think about telemedicine just as a synchronous video call encounter. We can also do asynchronous consults. So Maven is one of our partners, and they are the largest specialist volunteering group in the US. So through these networks, so what they do is there are a lot of rural clinics in the US where they don't have access to specialists. So what they can do is they can actually submit a consult or a request on the platform, and a specialist from a different state or a different hospital can actually review that within the next 24 to 48 hours. So that's how they are able to get a specialist to give a second opinion on the cases that they're working on. And obviously AI is being talked about a lot. Telemedicine is always going hand in hand with AI. So these are just some of the examples of projects that we have done where we studied the pictures of skin diseases, 12-leaf ECG, and stuff like that. Oh, sorry. previous one. The next one. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. So sorry. So some of the people in our companies are very passionate about bringing technology to the developing region, and I've personally been to a few refugee camps in Iraq and Syria myself. So what we do is that we actually put together some of the devices in a kit where we'll just bring to the refugee camp, and when you pop open, you connect to the 3G or 4G locally, and you're able to help the patients in the refugee camps to get access to doctors, which are can be on stateside or in Europe, for example. And yeah, so we actually do work with our partners like Advantech to put together different hardware configurations because we're a software company. So the telemedicine cart is actually one of the products that we have worked with Advantech on, and we have deployed a couple of them in North America, and we have got a huge project going in Qatar as well. Yeah, so about some of the insights that I want to share with you guys is that so the CEO of American Medical Association actually say that telemedicine is actually the digital snake oil of today. What it means is that there are so many apps out there and solutions out there, and no one really knows whether they actually work, right? So many people spend a lot of money to deploy the solutions, but then they don't really measure the result or the quality of care that they can deliver. And also so Dr. Jack, he spoke at ATA, which is the largest telehealth conference in the US. He said that through the studies that he had done, a lot of the telemedicine projects are actually delivering pretty poor results. So what are the things that we can do to better deliver care to patients, right? I'm going to say something that's probably not going to be quite popular in this room. So we actually don't recommend our partners to spend a lot of money when you first want to do a telemedicine project, because so when many of our customers come to us, they will be like, oh, I spent all this money, we're locked into a system, or we have bought all these hardwares, but then it's not delivering the results that we want. So what should we do? So we usually recommend them to deploy projects like what I talked about in the Walmart clinic example. So you can, quickly go to market with a fairly low-cost solution, right? So you are actually trying to extend the presence of the physician in an existing location, and then you can use an existing PC, no extra cost at you, right? And you can actually you spend a couple of $1,000 to buy some devices, and once you get the market validation, you can spend more money to expand the project. So for these, right? So for the Walmart project, when we first launched it, they were doing about 10 visits a day, and only one patient after 3 months said that they're not comfortable with video. So that's when they actually found out that, okay, yeah, so we have the market fit, and they're ready to expand the project and spend more money on it. And the second thing is, the traditional wisdom has been you want to focus on patient engagement because patients have the money, they're the king and all that. But we actually prefer to focus more on the provider engagement, because we believe that there's always going to be more patients than there are good doctors, right? So good doctors are inherently busy, and they already have so many patients on hand, and unless your solution is going to help them do more and make better decisions within the same amount of time, then they're not going to buy into the new solutions. So so with the new technologies like AI and all that, if you're able to help them, help them deliver better care, that's what's more important. Yeah, and then the last one is about so telemedicine actually opens up new ways to think about business models, and so we actually advocate a lot on the continuum delivery of care, and I'm going to talk a bit more about that in the last slide I have. So this is the vision that we have, and we are hoping to be able to implement that with partners at Advantech, right? So think about an Android platform for digital health. So we're happy to open up open source our platform, which is modularized, to let other partners to build more application on the platform, right? So like today, like we talk about like the mobile phone and all that, right? So we want to talk about the continuum of care where like if you widen the spectrum, you don't want to see the patient just when they're sick, right? You want to talk about the prevention health. So before they're even sick, you help them live healthily, give them more insights to prevent them from even seeing the doctor, right? So I might want to with Apple Watch or like Fitbit and stuff like that, you're able to see your stats on your mobile phone. And maybe like on TV, you want to be able to get your drugs from TV and all that, and then all the way up to the experience to seeing the doctor in the hospital. So these are the things that we're pretty excited about. Like, so if we have a platform that's democratized, we enable all the other partners to build on top of us, and we'll have more possibilities in the future. And I think the future is here. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Penny. Yeah, I think the last page is so important. This is the same view as with us, right?
Yeah.
Have an industrial APP for telehealth.
Yeah, so
that's the
yeah, when Casey and MC were talking about it this morning, I was really
Later
excited
on, we may talk about some co-creation.
Cool. Right.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So last but not least, okay, so we have Mark. Okay, and I think everyone maybe get some of the news. Maybe a few days ago, there's a very big news between the IISI and Advantech. Actually, they are I think one of the joint venture DFSI. Okay, we already co-create together.
Yes.
Yeah, so everyone must be very exciting to know what will be our plan in the next. Okay, so I give time for Mark.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I think everyone's tired, so I speed up my presentation.
I think everyone agree. Give him some few minutes. Okay, we need some more, maybe 5 minutes. Okay.
This is my presentation topic. I want to share with you our idea about the hospital information integration technology. Sorry. Sorry, I think this version is over version. I have updated a new one. Let me introduce myself. ISI is a system integration company in Taiwan, and especially focused in the software integration. And Advantech just being our second largest shareholder recently, so that's why I'm here. Today I want to share with you this topic, focus on the 3 points. I will explain the main points, pain points the hospital now is facing, and so how can we resolve this problem using integration technology, and finally the values we bring to the hospital. There are 3 common pain points the IT guys in hospital they are facing. First one is integration challenges. We know there are many systems and different kinds of interface and protocols. So actually, the information system in hospital is a silo, so they cannot connect to each other very easy. Second one is a patient safety issue, because there exists some information breakpoints between different systems. So maybe there's some safety issue about the patient. For example, the blood test sample maybe has some problem, belong to a different patient. Because of the information break. So how can an information system to solve this problem? That's the pain point of the second pain point. And the third one is insufficient intelligence. Since we have collected so many data, so how can we utilize this data and to provide more intelligent function for the IT guys to speed up their and improve their efficiency. So our solution is we can use technology to build a system and help hospital to achieve a HIMSS level 7 compliant stage. The 3 important issues and the topics for the HIMSS level 7 is first one is the paperless seamless integration. That means we have to build a integration environment. We call it a hospital integration environment. This environment, they will adopt the standard, international standard protocol like HL7. So that will be easier for the data transfer. And the second one, we use a service-oriented architecture to build a system so that can help the system to connect with each other. Last one is the CDR. That means the clinical data repository concept. This is a unified data storage. So you can store the patient's data, the medical records in a central database. The second one is a closed-loop management concept. The closed-loop management concept that means we can utilize the RFID, the barcode, this kind of tag or sensors to help the information collaboration of the information, so they can avoid the breakpoints between the systems. Third one is data analytics function. So that's a very important concept is CDSS. That means a clinical decision support system. So the system can help the doctor to prevent mistake of their diagnosis. So this is a platform concept. Actually, in the hospital, there are so many systems, and we can divide it into 2 levels. Left side is the clinical level, includes all the system like a HIS or PACS or RIS, this kind of information system. And the right side is the operation level.
It's planned to have the campus tour and the partner showcase. We will extend this